Hello, 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 and welcome. Not really the face you expected to see tonight, but you know, fortunes do happen, and sometimes I gotta jump in and help you out and save you all on the last day. But that means one more great thing: I get to be together with my favorite man on the side, Ben. How are you?
I am doing very well. Had a couple of things to catch up with on today and managed to get all that out the way so that we get to enjoy this lovely little game here ahead of us. And you know what? There's no one I'd rather be doing it with you than you, Adrian. You know, it's always a treat to get to have your presence grace us.
Well, I've been so far a staple for this league, and well, even on weekends now, let's say trying to explore other things, but what can I say? I'm still home to Talon Lake most of it. But hey, I'm still the good old fireman to come here and come about. But since I obviously have no clue about anything for tonight, I hope you know and you've made your homework. So please tell me, who do we have for tonight's matchup?
We are treated to a wonderful best of one in the minor league between Goldinis, our current leaders, taking on Team Aura. And I mean, you know what? It should be interesting. Goldinis, as the top team in the league and the favourites for the minor league, are expected to win this game out, but it will be interesting to see what Team Aura can bring to the table after some slightly better results in recent weeks.
Well, there you go. You pretty much have like the top, pretty much one of the top teams against one of the, let's say more or less contenders trying to
Mm.
face off each other tonight. But as per usual, let's maybe take a little bit of look what you guys said on who you think is gonna win out tonight. And well, I think it's now on screen. I'm not quite sure possibly to see, but don't worry. For this, I always have my dear lovely Trippin, who's hopefully gonna tell me in chat right now what I'm gonna see or tell me. Well, 87% for Goldinis. So that's there's definitely favoritism for this one, is there?
Yeah, and that's to be expected, right? The team that's top, the team that's winning at the moment against a team that is struggling a little bit more. Obviously, everyone are going to be swinging, or not everyone, 13% of you stayed loyal to Team Aura, but the rest of you feel that, you know what, the standings don't lie, and that's where the win's going to go to today.
Oh, very well indeed. Let's take a quick look on the map ban and well, here's it now for you on the screen. And well, look at this. We finally don't need to play Oregon or something like this. We're gonna go on to Cafe. Nicely balanced out map, and first time I'm not gonna get insulted for it if it don't feel insulted for it. So, he is one us in this one, but without further ado, let's stop wasting our time. Let's get straight up into and let's see on how this is gonna go out between those two. Yeah, operator bans. Who do you think is gonna get banned? Who do you like to see get banned?
I mean, it's Cafe. You're going to see that Thatcher get taken away. Maybe something like a Flores. Sometimes teams will, well, there's the Flores.
Whoa.
There is the chance, Adrian, don't get too excited, but there is a chance that we don't see Thatcher get banned. I know you're a fan of keeping him in the pool, keeping
Yes,
him available for
see,
people.
I got my wish, on Sunday, with activity, my own people. But obviously, Goldinis doesn't notice, and the still decides to pretty much shove a middle finger up my ass. But hey, at least I had my wish on Sunday with, the right team, and it worked out brilliantly. But, that's all I gotta say. Watch them and see how they done it with a Thatcher, and you're just gonna steamroll. But hey, Mirror on the other hand is gonna get banned out on Cafe, which is this really a surprise? I don't think so. And now it's gonna see for the last one, and that's gonna be Kate, which is a bit interesting for me because I'm always used to see the good old Valkyrie getting banned. So something in the back end, definitely a strong operator still left there for pretty much both sides here.
Mm. Yeah, and I mean, I think it will be interesting to see how well Aura on defense first get to make use of the Valkyrie. You can already see Lay's picking that one up. Oh, no, never mind. He's going for the Jaeger instead. Another Jaeger's helpful. But I just feel like if you're holding this top floor with how much soft breach and soft floor there is, you just want that information, right? The nitro cells from below, and just even knowing where this attack's coming from, what gunfights you're more likely to be able to take.
Very well indeed. And
Attackers need to locate and defuse
well,
as many bombs as they can.
we've established my law, obviously, a couple days ago. But we'll see. In Cafe, there is one law that so far has always been right for me, at least. Every time two teams play Cafe, and it ends up 3-3, and then the 7th round, whoever wins that will win the match. It doesn't matter then what scoreline, but just like they will win the match. And it always has been right, whether I was sitting, still more or less coaching or managing, or it's like even casting matches. So far, it was always right. That was so far only applicable to Cafe, I'm afraid. So, but either way, but if one of those two teams decide to, make a 4-2, 5-1, whatever, then obviously this can't apply anymore. Then pretty much then it's all game and said and done. But still, little history covered right there. Let's gonna see if we trying to make a new phenomenon happen.
Still waiting on this hatch. Sledge is gonna be popping these open relatively soon for them, right? But just waiting to see. He's actually going for the side of the rappel first, not the first one onto the roof, and that's why you always go for that river dock spawn, right? You get there nice and quickly. Icox finds the first pick though onto Rosie. That's the castle going down. Those barricades will still be in play. They will still be deployed, but you have lost the first member early on, and that 1.5 on the UMP does make that gun, well, a little bit more formidable.
Well, with that being said, pretty much the entry is now at Aura's hand, and so far, a few explosions, a few shots, action happening right there. Smokes canister coming out quite early indeed for the side of Aura, but hey, they seem to be getting pushed in quite heavily now.
Yeah, using that frag grenade to burn out the shield. Continuing to invest these toxic babes. No more left for the rest of the round, but it does mean they'll hold onto shop for a little bit longer. Trying to play the tight angle with the shotgun. The flashbangs coming in, though, will completely block Smoke, and Icox gets himself a double kill as they push in and take down Seal, and now take more and more control. Suki able to drag one back for them as Fallen. Well, he joins the graveyard, and they're still just waiting now. Half the round gone. Lays looking to get a little bit aggressive into Piano, but that control not yet fully in the hands of Goldinis on the attack. There's still plenty of time for them to take control of the White Corridor, to push Lays a little bit further back if they want to, but they are just stacking up on the doorway straight into Bar for the time being. A little bit of a presence on Skylight as well, just in case anyone on the defense gets a little bit over-aggressive.
I'm still not used to seeing Jaeger with a Russian reflex sight, but I think we established this more than once that, I'm old and I'm out, but hey, it's like, I had once a good discussion, said for someone who, doesn't enjoy the game anymore, or, doesn't watch much anymore, I'm still doing a great job in this one, and well, I gotta say, everything you do well, if you're good at something, never do it for free. And speaking of this, that's the reason why Goldinis is going to prove it. They're good at killing, so they're not going to do it for free. Meaning that 2 players from Aura will fall, leaving only Pakamut, the only one left, the mute. He's trying to give his all right now, trying to clutch up. The Fuser has been blinded. Shot's going to go through, but no! Look at this. Cokes got him right there. And he's going to finish up this round for the side of Goldinis. Well, I believe I've lost Ben. So, yeah, this would normally be the time where he would break it down, but, things do happen as things do happen. But anyway, one thing we surely can say, this one has been a great round for Goldinis. Definitely going on to Cokes for pretty much delivering us 4 kills right there. Really strong performance and effort right there. But now let's gonna see if Aura is gonna change up a few things, and already spot out the first changes. That's gonna be a Warden right out there from the gates, from Rosa right there. And also we got the Valkyrie now finally in play, so we are able to see maybe now those camps getting prepped up. Gonna have potentially just thrown them out. I'm just gonna go to do so. And speaking of this, it looks and appears to be that I have found a wild Ben again, a wild Goku.
Apologies for that one. Internet being as fun as it usually is.
You know, we're a Talent League. This is the Terrell show. You can say the words that you're not allowed to say.
You know what? I'll leave that to you. I think you do it with a little bit more flair, a bit more energy behind it, and it would devalue it if I stole that job from you, Toro. I couldn't do it to you.
Yeah, well, sucks to be you then. Anyway.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
I swear to God, if everyone gonna complain about, oh, he's cussing so much, fuck off. I don't give a shit. Sweetheart, this game is not PG-13 and so ain't my language. But anyway, well, let's gotta go see how Goldinis gonna try to repeat their success from earlier. And so far, Coke's preparing his air jabs in some nice spots, trying to rat out potentially Rosai and getting an easy pick off right there.
Just waiting now for the attack to come in, trying to defend this top floor once again, and Goldini's a little bit slower than the last time around, not getting that opening pick that Icox found on the window repel so early on into the last round. Just maybe made them be a little bit more cautious with their pushes. It's actually going to be Icox the first to fall to the player that they killed last time. Baraki really short to join them as well. The kills all suddenly come on in. Somehow Fallen's made his way into sight and he's found two. That will start to even things out, fighting against the player inside of shot now, and they've done a little bit of a switcheroo on the defense.
Well, Frank's gonna go out. It's not gonna be able to catch up anything, but so far only down to Fums and Fallen for the side of Goldinis to try to make this work. They need to find Free, and well, Fallen, he sure is gonna find Suki. That's gonna be one off right there, leveling up the playing field. But oh, look at this! Lays from below. He's gonna find Fallen, leaving all down to Fums, who yet still have to put himself up on the board. But can he potentially do it now? He has the diffuser, and he knows roughly about now one position, or perhaps even two position right there. He already spots out, trying to make a few shots work, but it's not gonna be so. But either way, players from Ors are gonna come up. They're trading bathroom as well. HP is gonna get lost. Shots get traded, and there you go. The shotgun comes, and Seal will seal the deal right there, and Aura will get the second round for themselves.
Able to bring it back. Obviously, holding on to those picks did help them, but I mean, I'm still not quite sure how you let Fallen just repel in and then just exist there. Thumb's also just jumping through a window. I mean, I don't know. It seems a little bit unusual, perhaps, just to allow the attackers just to jump into sight a little bit freely. Yes, you had the opening picks to support yourselves, and they played it out very well from that situation. But come on, you must have some thoughts on that.
Bomb located by attackers.
Well,
how to say they're hard to compress and hard to compile right now because. I don't really know what to say. It feels like it was okay. It was like nicely balanced out. You know, mistakes from both sides, opportunities were taken. So, yeah. Either way, I'm not gonna be interested in how to see how this lovely kitchen bakery is gonna work out for them because, well, already seeing some open lines right there. And you know, I used to be someone who said, like, you know, this side you always need an ACOG, you know, because you can play those long sides, you can play those quite long angles. But as of recently, it didn't seem to be how to say it, really only the boldest can really, you know, use the whole side for themselves, you know, stay in there, quite literally anchor and hold it from there. But we're gonna see on how Aura is gonna be able to do on this one. But I am starting to question something a little bit, Ben. Do you know what?
What would that be? I'd love to hear.
I do believe I've seen Suki playing in Benelux. I'm not quite sure. I do need to check it out, though. Just take it over whilst I take the great swords of the interweb.
Well, Suki is going to be dropping back down to reading because The attack is starting to come in. He's able to burn out a couple of these drones, get back to the safety of his teammate without losing his life, and that's what's important here, right? When you're roaming on Cafe, you start on that top floor, and it's all about the time. Because on the bottom floor, you are spread out quite thinly. You see the player inside of VIP, got a shield looking towards garage door, inside a coat check with these long angles opened up at the bottom of red stairs into the site so you can help prevent the push through prep. And you do is you just wait out this clock as long as possible to force as much pressure onto the attack to go for a last second plant. As you can see, Icox eyeing up this hatch inside of the fireplace hallway. Just Rumbarashi just opening up the floor for the time being. But no one is playing underneath it just yet. You can see Smoke. Well, it looks like he's trying to get a little bit of a peek with the shotgun. But ultimately no damage being dealt onto himself just yet. Brum's still somewhat healthy. He's continuing to whittle away at the floor. Thumbs getting in on the job with the breaching charges. Now that garage is opened up as well, this is where they can start to apply just a little bit more pressure into VIP. As you can see, the player going down, Last Killer pushing him very aggressively, found the first, is able to find a second, will get injured out. But with the adrenaline surge available to the Thinker, can just pick themselves back up again, which means no time needs to be wasted by Goldinis to get them back in the fight. Suki, the one to try and contest this long angle down the corridor, but going to give it up. Going to fall back into sight instead, but has to be very careful of the above angles. Icox adding to the score. Pakamu will go down as well. You've lost your Smoke. He's out for the count, and this is the opening into Freezer that they were looking for. But Smoke is the mute out for the count, and now they're just
15
continuing
seconds
to go. They're in though.
Oh, it's gonna be a tricky one right out there. Taking a little bit of damage. Fallen will fall down. Cox, but he will take him out. Rosa will fall as well. Fallen falls on the own hand of his own teammate. Suki will get the shot on the Cox, leaving it all down at the 3 versus 1. But look at this. You got Rumbashi, who's just gonna just seal the deal right there and making it a 2-1. And Ben, my researchers have not found it to be true. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Right, we're all allowed one mistake.
Yeah, but
Just one.
But we've seen Tsuki before here on Talent League on season 6. So
We have indeed. And Suki, you know, he picks up the Iruni, he picks up the Malusi, and he does go out and frag. Unfortunately, the entry from Goldinis this time around was not in his path. He was in Bakery, the wrong side, and it just meant that his team were falling around him, and he was left in a pretty difficult situation, right? You don't want to be in the 1 versus 3, especially when that plant is going down close to being down, because the time flips against you. It's just that much harder, and Brumbrier, he just in the right position to capitalize on the panic that was setting in.
Well, either way, second time around, let's see if Aura is going to be able to do so. Hopefully this time with, you know, slightly more successful, obviously, for the side, but so far it appears to be like Goldinis is trying to switch up. They're ditching the sledge to take out, well, to take the Jackal, which is, you know, even then it's like, I don't see much, you know, verticality from the side of Goldinis now, because it's not really like a soft, well, you got Thumbs a soft breach per se, but it's not really like he's gonna be able to do much vertical. And then despite, you know, most of them having, well, Thumbs and Fallen having breaching charges, it's just, I don't know. I'm a bit worried, but then again, you know, if they're confident enough in in their skills and shooting, as Coke's pretty much proven it throughout the game most of the time, then, you know, there might not gonna be an issue. But an issue that will be is getting spawn peaked. A Broombearje will go down, and, well, I was gonna say the foot fetishist has died, but yeah, you already know.
It's annoying as well, right? Because you mentioned that Thumbs has the soft breach capability, but the other tool you were looking at was the shotgun in the pocket of the Jackal, as well as being a very important tool for capitalizing on these roamers. The Inox scanner able to, like you mentioned, get you those footprints to find out where they're hiding. Pakamu playing at the bottom of red stairs. It has been air jabbed off, and they would have heard it. The ping coming in just to confirm and be relaying to his team that it's going to be a little bit difficult to sneak up this staircase. If you have an impact or some other form of explosive, you can work around it, but sometimes it's not too difficult to just go for anyway. Thumbs getting a team kill onto Fallen with a breaching charge, though. That is one I haven't seen before, I will admit. That is quite an impressive feat to be able to do.
That deserves a round of applause, and Rosai is gonna find himself on the wrong side of the barrel on Thumbs, making him go to see another new dimension. But with that being said, 3 versus 4 for Goldinis, and well, despite losing 2 already from the start, it's not really it's not really looking all too fancy and all too good right there, but still, like, they're putting a lot of pressure on the side of Aura and potentially forcing in the mistakes, but, you know, stay on that drone too long, Mother, and you're gonna find yourself dead right there. But still, Mother is gonna take out Suki. He's gonna be able to bait him out on this one. So with that being said, 30 seconds left, just a 3 versus 3 between right there, and oh, what you look at this, Sia's gonna find Thumbs, but the refrag are trying to happening. Well, not quite yet. Everything goes blow. There you go. Last will find Mother, but that means there's only going to be one left. Cokes, he's going to find Seal, but no! Look at this. Fakamaru is going to be able to pick him up and find him. And Aura leveling out the score on a 2-2.
Again, I don't quite know what happened there for Goldinis. They had the option inside of sight, and Thumbs just sprinting across the bunker with no one giving him any support there. If you have Icox in close proximity, swing at the same time. If Thumbs is running across to try and get to the plant, just spray your gun as you're going. You have the LMGE, you have 150 bullets at your disposal. Icox, you're sat there with the AK. Again, 40 bullets in that magazine. It's not one that you have to be careful with how you're spending your ammunition. You can just give as much suppressive fire as possible to allow that cross. The other option, of course, just being planting on the bomb chassis and dropping that diffuser there in that situation with the defense spread on all your angles makes it so hard to push deep in, like we saw Pakamu try to do. Like we saw Icox try to do. Pakamu obviously on the side angle, able to just to kind of clean things up a little bit. And Aura Esports, we're seeing a pattern emerge for them, right? They lose a bomb site, they figure out what Goldinis are doing, they make the corrections required for their early round mistakes, and then they win. The time Goldinis won this top floor, it was off of 2 very early picks for them, Adrian. And I don't know that that's something Aura Esports are going to be giving up again. We saw Rosie get revenge and take down Icox as the first pick in the last time they were defending the top floor. Can they do that again, though? Can they make sure they're not giving up these early frags to Goldinis? Because if they don't, they seem to have a pretty good grasp of the round.
I definitely gonna agree with you on this one for sure, but I'm rather more curious to stop watching at the whole goddamn floor and rather want to see what Goldinis is trying to do on the top floor right there on the rooftop. So can we please go in there? Thank you very much. Let's gonna see. Thumbs already dropping down. Drone is gonna be the spearhead as well, but oh, unfortunately, there's gonna be Mujammer. So we'll stop right there. Gun 6 in hand. The utility is getting destroyed. Burnout. Nades are flying. Goldinis are working. Well, they're definitely working off their planning chart right there. Just getting all utility gone, and in the meantime, hopefully getting someone killed as well. As Thumbs looks to take a Rosa, it's not gonna looking too rosy for Rosa as well either, but still, like, now 2 people trying to take this Wamai out of right there. He's defending himself quite well, but look at this. Pakamu, he's gonna find one. He's gonna take out Mother. Taking him out with a swift shot like this, and look at this. Rosai survived this one onto Thumbs. He's gonna get him, but no. From behind in the back, Icox will find a Rosai. Fallen will find Lays. We're down very swiftly and very quickly on a 3 versus 3 again.
Yeah, just having that angle, watching White Corridor to deny the support, coming in to try and protect Rosie, and, well, it cost them ultimately that extra pick. Suki also dropping downstairs now. Still a minute on the clock. The top floor now in the hands of Goldinis, but remember, it's the site below that they're defending. It's reading and dining, and now that these tracks are coming out to try and deny the retake of the upstairs from Icox, you can hear them being shot out a little bit. This player playing just at the bottom of White. He is careful of these vertical angles. Does have the super shorty to open up some more options, as well as Bombrehi, who can just use that sledgehammer to make the most space available. Fallen probing in towards pillars. 38 seconds on the clock, though, here, Tyrell, and they have to try and get this plant off. They might need someone else to drop with Fallen, whilst having the 3rd member play these vertical holes.
Well, trying to hold the vertical holds. Well, so far, I mean, Bakamo keeps on staring upstairs. He's not gonna find one, but look at this. Suki will find one. That's gonna be Cokes who's gonna go down. That's gonna be huge pick right there, but look at this. Fallen fighting his way through. He's gonna find Suki, and I guess Bakamo. Well, look at this. It's only down to Seal in a 1 versus 2. Is he gonna be able to stop the defuse? No! The shots from Mumbashi will go through and will stop him, and if just, you know, like that 1 or 2 bullets, that could have been a save, that could have been a round for Aura, but unfortunately so, Goldinis will take it by just a slither.
And, well, we're repeating this pattern once again. They go to a site, they lose it to Goldinis, who take advantage, and Aura Esports left 1 round underneath.
We literally have a ping pong match, you know? Just like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's like when we're gonna see one of those teams, you know, pretty much, you know, break this one, you know, break this cycle, you know, break the streak, or, well, maybe, my theory that I present as a law might gonna come in, but, you know, well, let's gonna see on how this round is gonna go, because that will be able to decide quite a lot. ADS is still in order in place right there, making sure everything will be set fine. But, you know, looking a bit on the stats, you know, you got a few. I mean, you got like Cokes, who is absolutely slaying, but on the other hand, there's like Fum's not really pulling much of his weight too much there. And if you look at Aura's side, you know, you got Suki definitely on the forefront, but, you know, the rest sort of like levels themselves out here and there, and, you know, it's different to see, because definitely I would say Goldinis on one hand, they definitely have the firing power more, you know, they kept more, but Aura on the other hand, they seem to be like, you know, they go down to the last man and still might be able, you know, to just pull it through and pull it off. You know, there's sometimes of those happening.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see as well, they're playing quite well around this utility. Goldinis really struggled clearing some of it out in prior rounds. If they can catalyze this, they being Aura, that's their opportunity for round wins. The rounds in which they don't give up these early picks, the rounds they don't play into 1 versus 1s against Goldinis, who, like you said, have that individual firepower and superiority over them. Brumbehi looking down below, maybe try and go in for some grenade play from beneath to try and catch anyone out who's playing on cameras. Maybe just spot out any early roamers, because again, feed into these 1 versus 1s. Thumb's able to land the early fight, but will lose it onto Seal. Fallen getting the kill onto Suki will help bring things back to an even score, but it's not quite enough for them. As well, a couple members of the board all taking a hefty chunk of damage. I believe a grenade dealing a decent bit to both the Mute and Jaeger on Auras. They're just now battling out across the long angles on Bar, all the way back at Cocktail. Z-Lay still playing the shield position, still somewhat comfortable, yet to be dislodged.
Well, still holding right there as the Rock, pretty much like Gibraltar, still behind that shield in that corner. I don't know how you call it, but we used to call it pussy. But there you go. Last will find one. And it's going to be Fallen, who will fall right there. The A's going to go down. Pretty much the last hard breach out of in this pictures immediately. Mother, on the other hand, he's going to be able to take down the shield. And last, you know, trying to fight on, trying to stay alive, trying to survive. But, you know, they're getting clamped too much. And at some point, they're not going to be able to hold the right angles at key moments.
Does get difficult now with 35 seconds on the clock for them to walk in. The first kill will go in their favor, though. Last killer able to make that work, will get downed as a response. Has the adrenal surge just to pick himself back up, as well as give that health boost to the rest of the team, which will help with these gunfights. Has to be careful of the crouched player on the desk to the left. You've got to check the counter, but you've also got to check storage. Pakamu wins the gunfight from the back. He's looking for the second one onto the sledge, but Icox lands the kills. Will get shut down by the player in close proximity inside of storage, who swings out onto Brum, who's been forced to go to the pistol in the 1 versus 2, trying to fight it down. The time ticking away. There's no way for him to get it, even if he finds the Goyo. He can't get the second. There's no way he's able to, and there's nothing he'll be able to do. Aura Esports winning it on time.
I think I jinxed it right in the beforehand, because look at what we have here now.
We have a 3-3.
So if my theory, stays alive, if Goldinis win this round, they're gonna win the whole match. Period. I can guarantee you. If Aura will do it, then Aura will.
It's interesting, right? Because Cafe, you'd
But
expect.
I have to add another but.
Okay.
With defense, it is always the most likely to be.
Yes, exactly.
Especially like Goldinis come up with an attack, they're not gonna go to defense. If they win this one, it's pretty much it's dead center. It doesn't matter if like Aura gets 1, 2, 3 rounds in. Like it doesn't matter. Goldinis will at the end will come out on top. If Aura does it, then they will have them. Them pretty much needs to be a complete steamroll. And so far, what I've seen, I do not entrust them in that sense to make this one happen, to like completely like just walls over like a locomotive over them. So
yeah, it's it will be interesting, right? Because Goldinis, like you mentioned, on the fence should have the advantage. They've also got the Aruni and the castle in play together, and the advantage of this is you see the shield deployed next to the doorway from the red drop stairs straight into shot, and by barricading off the door behind you, having an Aruni laser gate on the doorway from the piano windows, you'll often see teams go on repel and just try and blow that open. I was about to say it's barricaded, which is a little bit interesting, but Castle replacing that one with one of his own makes a little bit of sense. Thumbs on the DMR, though. The DMR is always an interesting option, right? Because the Pepperoni is a very powerful gun, but now that you only get 16 bullets in the magazine, the fast fire rate... Yeah, it's crazy.
Jesus Christ, what have they done to it?
Let's be real. It was a monster of a gun, even at 16 bullets, right? It just makes it very hard to take multiple engagements. Jaeger the first to drop, though. I'm not quite sure why you're pushing so aggressively under an opened hatch, but he will fall because of it. Not Icox, sorry. The other Nomad lays watching from the hatch above, and well, a second grenade from Suki will find Brum as well. The smoke, nonetheless, such an important operator for any defensive lineup.
Tsuki, our MLB grenade throw champion for this one tonight. I mean, working out perfectly on this one. Thumbs on the other hand, he's now gonna have the first two person on conflict on red stairs, but he has to look out on the window as well. It was quite close, but he's gonna be able to escape with his life away. And look at this. Rosai took a lot of damage right there. Finger boost gonna help out for a short time, but look at this. Last is gonna find Cokes, leaving it down to Thumbs and Mother really to try and make this one work out. Thumbs, he sits on... I mean, he has that window to worry about. He can't just, swipe away and rotate, into safety. So he's kind of like that stuck right there. And Mother, pretty much the only one right there. But look at this. Look at now the push is gonna come through. The C4 is he's gonna find Paku that's gonna from Mother side. But look at this, Lace is gonna find Mother. Meaning it's just gonna be Thumbs who's gonna be able to rotate. He's trying to pull a few bullets through. It's not gonna fully work out though. Unfortunately, he's still stuck on red stairs now with the plant going down by Seal. 45 seconds now left to him, and Seal need to defuse. And well, this one was pretty much cut out. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Suki will find this one, and well, if everything goes right, if everything goes true, and if I haven't lied once more, then well, Aura could win this one out for tonight.
For any of you that might be a little bit confused what Tyrell means when he says that whoever won that round wins, no, it's not because they actually win. It is because of a little thing that we love to call Tyrell's Law, which states when playing Cafe, if it's a 3-3 split at half-time, the team to win round 7 will win the game. Now, obviously this isn't something that's worked every time. I'm sure you can think of examples of games you've seen where it hasn't worked out that way, but Tyrell swears by his anecdotal evidence.
Not that I recall, and even if it was live or even not, whenever I called it, it was right. So maybe it could be wrong tonight or not. But like I said, so far it only worked on Cafe. I tried it on Clubhouse. It didn't work on Clubhouse. It gave us a round 15. So
it did.
I was there about it, but you know that's a whole different story on this one.
And
But
to be
still,
fair, Axolotl did win the first round of overtime.
that's true.
Tyrell's
However-
Law 2.
Well, we need to establish a
Electric
rule book for
Boogaloo.
this one. We need to establish a rule book for this one, and then like have it then printed out and written out, and then somebody puts it in folklore, which I
Mail
doubt.
it out to all the
Attackers have located a
TOs.
bomb.
Yeah, please, can we immortalize this failed ass coach and manager? Can we just immortalize him by whatever laws he's predict, whilst he just casts some matches here and there? Yeah,
Brum
that's
already-
really gonna work out. Anyway,
So say Brum's already forced to drop out of shop, which isn't a great start, especially because Suki waiting down below on Hell Door is able to find one. Rosie adds to the MLB nade throws to find thumbs as well, trying to, you know, keep equal pegging with Suki. The Valkyrie last killer downstairs looking for a kill of their own, but it'll be Icox to find the first blow for Goldinis. Will get injured out in the process though, and is outside. So it's not going to be long before they're taken out of action. None of the remaining defenders are going to risk running outside to pick up their comrade. A grenade being invested by Sledge just to get that last kill. It should land at the feet of the injured castle, and it does so perfectly. Half the round gone. Over half the defenders found. Only one to show for the side of the attack, as a little bit of damage is dealt onto the Sledge from Fallen, but not quite enough. Suki takes a hefty chunk from the Nitro cell from below. Last killer looking for the kill onto the Yana, who's been causing so many problems, but it wasn't to be. And now they're just going to force their way through the doorway. And with Fallen all alone, it's very hard. There's no one to crossfire for him as well.
well, shots are gonna come through. He's trying to peek out. Paco's gonna find one, but then Mother on the other hand, and there you go. Paco finds the last one as well. And ladies and gentlemen, Aura now up 5-3, and well, it looks to me that they're definitely rolling out on this one. So Goldinis are now having to try to switch up, and well, thank goodness they do so. They're gonna go on to downstairs onto kitchen, and well, I know you ain't gonna be happy, you know, if I keep my right, but
I'm
Well-
always happy to see Tyrell's Law take place. There's nothing wrong with a good bit of
Well, do you?
consistency in our life, you know what I mean?
well, a couple of days ago, you know, you were kind of like,
Yeah, I didn't
That
want to see you had 2 wins. That'd be too much. I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't allow both of your predictions to come
Attackers
correct. I
need to
can allow
locate and defuse the
one
bomb.
Tyrell prediction.
oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Golomolo not able to handle Tyrell's ego.
It's true. I don't think there are many other that
Attackers
can,
have
to be
located a
fair.
bomb.
Yeah, that's why probably I rarely cast with people. Usually I like to cast with you. Someone please tell Soul to stop killing people and collecting souls and come back here. And
He's
then-
the new Grim Reaper. He's busy. He's got his new
I
job.
mean, he was always the Reaper. It's just like,
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Shane Warden. Little
Yeah.
nod out there for any of you League of Legends players.
5 seconds
Do love
to
a good
go.
bit of Thresh.
oh goodness sake, where's Epsilon?
League of Legends. You're not a League of Legends fan, Tyrell?
No, but Epsilon is, and I swear to God, it has ruined his life.
League of Legends does that to you, to be fair. It does do that.
But yeah,
Caused me
so
to fail my maths A level.
yeah, but here's the thing. He now wants to have a League of Legends team, and out of my experience, it's like whoever team we're gonna get, those will be the most laziest motherfuckers out there.
To be fair, I am silver, so if you're looking for a star-studded support player, hit me up.
Right. Ladies, goodness sake, that could be it.
The foundations
my-
of a roster.
The foundations of terribleness.
Flash
Oh,
tier
boy.
1. Flash tier 1, so, you know, kind of insane like that. Beat Plats on the regular. But, you know what? Enough League of Legends. Back to Rainbow Six Siege, the superior game. I think we can both agree on that. As Lays watching from
I
Killers.
don't, but
Oh,
you know.
stop being a wet wipe. Stop being grumpy. Just enjoy things.
excuse me. I enjoy these things. I spend most of my years in there, but I still have a deep, strong connection to my childhood. That means Call of Duty. But Speaking of Call of Duty, we're gonna just get a quick knifey out on there. That's gonna be Rose out, and Flum's nearly getting another 2 for the wall up on this one. But so far, Aura managing, able to escape on this one. Parker trying to, you know, watch out himself on the stairs. He's gonna pre-fire the LMGs, doing his work, but so far just only gonna get pretty much half HP down from Mother. That shouldn't be a big of issue, because then again, you've got Thunderbird, you got some nice healing packs out right there whenever you're gonna need it.
And that will help, right? You just keep yourself a little bit more in the fight, ready to take the guns against Aura Esports once again. The smoke has been spotted out inside of VIP, but for the time being, no one applying too much pressure. The hatch in dining now opened, wasn't even reinforced, but there is a massive opening which Icox will be able to control should the attack drop in without the cover of flashbangs or smoke grenades. The first Toxic Babe going out inside a freezer just to deny the drop, to slow down the approach of Aura Esports. It's very important for Goldinis to get this round, to deny overtime, or deny match point to Aura for as long as possible. Sending out another Toxic Babe, though. There's still 30 seconds to play within this round. Thumbs under some contention from the VIP windows. The flashbangs ringing in will be the opportunity for Aura to drop here, Tyrell.
Well, that's going to be it. That's going to go through. Mother will find the one. That's going to be Suki who's going to go down. Shots are flying around, but look at this. Left to right, it's center. We're down to a 2 versus 2.
5 seconds left.
Never mind, 2 versus 1. Brumbechi absolutely doing his work with the Maestro camps. It's all going to be down to Lates. He's going to be able to plan, but I don't think so. He will stay out for long. And ladies and gentlemen, Fallen will take down out. And Goldinis will finally win their first round on defense.
It was a double kill with the Evil Eye.
Excuse me,
double
Evil
kill.
Eyes, you know, for 2. Huh?
But it was only one Evil Eye. It was the same Evil Eye, so it was only one.
Ugh. Fine.
Nice try. Checkmate, nerd.
Hey,
Sorry, that was rude.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Mister, I was born in the land of the tea. And
The land of
biscuits.
the tea.
And biscuits.
Tea and biscuits is a great drink and afternoon snack. I don't know what you're on about. I think you're just jealous. Everyone loves a good cuppa in the afternoon, a good cuppa in the morning.
No, I love a
good.
good glass of Captain Cola
Captain Cola.
and potentially mango in there. Yes.
Oh, mango's always good, to be fair. Mango just slap. Nice little mango. You can just eat mangoes. They're great. Mango juice.
No, it's just like puree them and you can make daiquiris out of them.
5 seconds
It's
left.
perfect.
Daiquiris.
Yeah, you know what that is.
No, what's a daiquiri?
Attackers must locate
The
and
basic
defuse
concept
the
of a daiquiri is rum,
Okay.
some sugar syrup, whatever. And usually the fruit you're gonna take, just pretty much puree them. Just like make a goddamn smoothie out of it and just mix it in together.
It's pretty good, to be fair.
Oh yeah, you can do it with pretty much a lot of them, but then again, from fruit to fruit, some people vary, whatever. But I just love just take Captain Morgan, just like the spiced one. Just, you know, your simple fix, just pretty much just with cola, or if you can have it, mango juice.
Yep.
Put that one in as well
That one's a good one.
instead of the cola, and wow,
Very
it
nice.
just combines the 2 greatest things for me. But anyway,
A bomb has
enough
been
of this
located.
before we gonna open up the Talon League cocktail bar. You know what? Let's just utilize top floor from Cafe. There you go.
True. What a shot from Thumbs.
Thumbs! Sweetheart, we weren't prepared for this one, but nicely done. But I guess Park, who had some other ideas, I'm just gonna shut him down immediately. But
Oh
my, dude has reflexes.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot, and it does give them some leverage here, right? Suki off the table. Suki's the scariest member on Aura Esports this game, and so no longer have to worry about that threat. Well, Fallen and Icox, both of these big players for Goldinis, are still alive and able to fight. I say that, though, Fallen will quickly be taken out as Aura Esports claim the man advantage through the wonderful shot from Rosie. And now, well, getting that wall opened up into Piano, a little bit of pressure on Brumbehi. as he now has to wait to see what this attack is going to deliver. Last Killer has a little bit of a hole in the doorway, but it's not quite enough for him to be able to cross through, as the castle continuing to fight this long angle. The drop, a couple damage onto a couple different players, but none of it enough to land a successful kill.
I see grenades flying. They're not going to be able to do much either. But then again, you got most of Auras now over on the side. You look at this Seal as the cap in a greater position, but look at this Cokes coming out. He's going to fly too. Boombash as well. He's going to find another one that leaves Lays. The other one left, flashbanging himself right there. Cokes tries to take him out, but he has to reload to Tiny Mac. But there you go. Cokes will find it in the end, and Goldinis even up the score. Looks like they now find their groove again.
Well, they'll be hoping to have, because there's still enough time to get themselves that win. A reminder that we have draws here in the minor league, so if these two teams continue to battle it out, tooth and claw to the end, ping-ponging as they have been so far this game, it will be 1 point apiece for them. Which, you know, while great and all that, neither team wants to end the day with a draw. Both teams will be wanting the win, because the worst part of a draw is, you know, that just one round, one slight change in one round is the difference between you having won that game and drawn it. And it's always that strange feeling after a draw, right? Where you don't quite know if you should be happy or disappointed.
I think you agree with me. A draw is as if both teams technically lose, you know? It's like not a really like satisfying for either of them. Like, or if you really have like one who's just completely flying away, keep trolling, keep fucking up, and then can't bounce back. So then the other team is like, you know, they managed to salvage something out of it. But if both teams are, you know, just like this, like Goldinis and Auras, both teams are fighting with like, you know, like equal weapons, pretty much, you know, same strength, as just like both of them feel like, you know, they both failed.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, it should be positive. At least they get something, yada, yada, yada. Then, let's be honest, nobody feels it really that way.
Yeah. I mean, a draw for Aura here would be a good result, considering they're against the top team in the league, but they will be hunting these 3 points. Whichever team wins this round gets to have the advantage going into our final round of play, that fated round 12. Suki going to be the first member of Aura Esports into the building here, just dropping that hatch very boldly. The drone's just ahead, relaying some information. You've got to be careful of the player. You can see the silhouette on the balcony. That's Brumberhi on the castle. Has the 1.5 to contest this long angle, and is going to find the opening pick onto Pakamu. The Finker is off the table. No adrenal surges for them to use. Nearly finds a second onto Suki, but can't quite land the shots through the bar.
Not indeed so, unfortunately so, but still, there's still a round is still not over yet for Aura, so they still got plenty of things to do. And so far right now, the defense from Goldinis is looking mighty fine, you must say. But look at this, Rose, like pretty much deep in. They see the jammers, they're definitely advancing, but you know, 1 minute 30, this is about the right time for Goldinis to drop down below and not trying to waste their lives. As Seal is gonna, you know, prove her that that's gonna be costly. Thumbs will go down, leveling out of the playing field once more again, but still, you're sitting right there, top for control, and well, a few shots right there below, it's not gonna fully work on to, but I'm still waiting to see Rosa to play out as the sledge should just start making out the angles, just opening those up. But I think we both can spot a little Cokes just trying to sneak up and trying to get a good kill or two.
Like you say, still lurking around below, trying to catch them off. The Fallen drop down, just making sure that these drones are getting denied as much information as possible while watching the hatch. Last Killer gains them the advantage that they so desperately were looking for on their defensive side by finding Rosie the sledge, and that will make it harder to continue this vertical presence. Suki able to get a kill, quickly traded out by Icox. Good play by Goldinis to maintain their advantage, as Lays and Seal struggling to find the opening into sight, trying to push it down the corridor. Is able to find one, but again, Last Killer gets another kill. Seal by themselves themselves here. 10 seconds left in the round. Very little HP. A single bullet from either of these two remaining players will seal the deal, as they're going to go for the plant. The timer in the red, hitting 0. They have to commit to it at this point, but Fallen just pushing through with the shotgun, able to seal the deal, and they're calling the tactical timeout on match point.
Well, one thing's assured, Goldinis will secure themselves a point. That's undisputed right now. The only thing that is disputed right now is whether Goldinis will take more than 1 point or if Aura will draw up. And if they draw up, I can still argue that if it would have gone overtime, they could have won. And my law stays still true. But hey, we're just going to have to wait and see up on this one. But let's see, perhaps for the last round, they're trying to get a little bit the motivation speak up, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, right? Is that they've got this point, and they have the opportunity to take the timeout. Why not use that? Just to shore up what your last round's going to be, right? You just decide on a final strategy to take to Aura Esports, just get the maximum value from this round. Especially when you're looking at where they are in the standings, right? They're on top. But the points aren't that far. Nerf Minor only 2 behind them, and they have a game in hand, which means it's very important to maximize the points you're taking away from every single game for them to guarantee the #1 spot. A win here helps them do that. But looks like we're out of the timeout. We're into the preparation phase here, and well, would you look at that? They've elected to go all the way down to the basement.
Located by attackers.
Well, it worked out for them. So why not?
Yeah.
And then again, I doubt anything else will be really free for them, because so far they've been on, I believe, now 3-round winning streak. So yeah, either way, just taking perhaps a quick look over on the stats. I mean, you know, you got definitely, you know, both teams. Like, the only one that might be slacking a bit is Thumbs in terms of kill department. But then again, Cokes definitely eases this one out. And if you look at Aura, you know, everyone pretty much, you know, like Suki, maybe one with slightly more, but everyone's doing the right thing. Everyone's doing the right pull. But yeah, perhaps just trying to look up on this one, but still, looking at how this is now going, let's see if Aura is going to be able to make this one work. Well, you see a few broken windows up there, and yep, you just got to make sure nobody peeks it out. He sees Pagamo! That's going to be Mother out of the game! He anticipates it, he knows it, he doesn't fall for it for the other one as well. He picks the right one, and well, that's your Thunderbird out. This bird ain't gonna fly anymore for this one.
All Thumbs, though, able to get a pick onto the Maverick. That's the most important member to find from this attack, because it helps you shore up these walls. No denial, I guess, though, so not too impactful as it could have been. Still, though, Thumbs lurking behind the bakery counter, trying to draw more aggression from the side of Aura Esports. Being able to tie up that man count is huge, but Suki just continues to swing it in Aura's advantage. Finds the pick onto Thumbs. The Jaeger also joins Thunderbird out of the map. No longer going to have a say in the outcome of this game. And now they continue to push on through sight. The opening in the wall does offer them a lot of help, because they don't have to involve hard breacher. Suki pushing up will get blasted by the yokai, forcing them just to take a second to reconfigure things.
Well, 3 versus 4 smoke canisters are gonna go out now from Fallen, as he will try to stop the advances of Aura going further on. But so far, time's looking quite good for Aura as well, right there. And they still got a lot of members up there, but you know, if Cokes plays it out right, you know, he's still got his yokais. You know, he can still completely take away the time from Aura and just stop him, just put him into positions where they don't like to be, especially Seal, who will gonna be the one who's gonna plant. But look at this, Fallen will find the kill onto Zuki, cutting it down to a 3 versus 3 again. Smoke canister running out again. Shot's gonna be Draven. Look at this, he's gonna be able to find one. Seal goes out. Cokes will find Rose, and ladies and gentlemen, it's all down to Pakamu. to try and make this one win. He's gonna find Brumbeshi. He just needs to, and he has 20 seconds left to do so. Can he do it or not? This is now going to get to find out. He now has the diffuser, and he's looking desperately because he needs to plan, but he needs to at least take out one. The yokai drones are gonna come out, and I would say this was pretty much settled. Fall will fall. He needs to find the last one. If Gooks can hide it right now, he's not gonna be able to find it. Just 1 second too short, and ladies and gentlemen, Goldinis win this by a sliver on a 7-5, and my theory has been broken again.
Well, you know what? I think you can take some solace in that it isn't broken. It just didn't get to fully see what would have happened. But, I mean, look, Goldinis take the win, a very important win for them, just to continue that lead they have now, 5 points clear of Nerf Minor just below them. And, well, for Team Aura, still struggling to pick up the points in the middle of the pack towards the bottom, and it doesn't help their chances, right? Because you want to just be as high up as you can. Either way, though, winning by hiding behind the counter, that is a very brazen move from Icox, and unfortunate for Pakamu, he couldn't just kind of criticize just a little bit more. Couldn't take a little bit more from that round. Already on a triple kill as well. Would have been a massive moment for him, but it wasn't to be. Goldinis take the game, take the win, take all 3 points.
However, you know, to Aura's defense, you know, 7-5 against the pretty much the team to beat. Like,
Yes.
it shows that there is definitely potential. It shows that they still can make changes in the season available, and shows that still can try to, you know, overtake the other team or two. But yeah, as I'm just getting informed, just only 2 more players left. So yeah.
It's hard, right? Because it's a shame that they've kind of found this form right at the end. One game left to go, they can get some points out of it, they can have a good showing. Maybe we'll see them take a little bit of a further step next season, if they're back, if they are back in the fight for it. But either way, Goldinis...
I have great confidence in this one, but I don't know if this still is a thing, if interviews are a thing, but I doubt so, I'm afraid. But that means we're just gonna go into a little break because we still got another match on tonight, if I'm correct. Yep, that's gonna be that's gonna be a major match. So that means we're gonna sit here for 2 more maps. But for that, we need a little break. We need to get a little refreshment, and then we're straight back into the action again once more. So until then, get yourself some snacks, go to the toilet, and we'll see you guys soon in just a bit. Stay tuned.
Sir Googie is the first to fall, and that's your Finka off the board. No more Adrenal Surges, no more Gone 6, no more nothing for anything too important. Now Lasmo does fall since he was on very low HP, and there goes F2 as well to get the second.
Start here, but QVG's going to be the tides, to say the least. I mean, the very nice flick on the head. That's going to be another one. A triple kill for F2. Will he be able to get the quad? Yes, he does. The Thermite player will be getting off with a quad kill. And actually, he is going to be getting a bit of a gunfight pretty soon brought over to him. And as soon as we speak of the devil, it's going to be the Thunder Greed. Greed will be taking out.
Is down, but and that should go for you too. So that's a big gun off of the board, as well as a lot of go for the attackers. And oh my god, this could be huge as well. Esports are not the wiser. Gazzo has to follow to get that diffuser down as only 2 seconds remain. There's a player from Dirt, there's a player behind Guns. There goes a quad kill though from Aimi, who's overwatching the plane. He knows where the last player is, and it's an ace from the Ayana. Aimi clutching up that round for Loud Esports as they take whether it was a buff or not. And it's so obvious that it is a burst, that it is a buff for so many users. And they gave him more Vulcan canisters to work with as Equilibrium. Well, our Esports are giving him so many bodies to work with. What the hell is going on? He gets his fourth. What is going on? Equilibrium just made the best entry that I've seen on a sledge, and he takes out 4 people. And it's an ace to start off the first round of Minor League. What is going on? What the heck? I don't really know what the hell this guy is. Okay, probably not strat is he gets another Lasmo. He might get himself a third if he doesn't choke in the gunfight. He has to find the clutch juice, and he has to find it now. QBG have to throw in the ball. There's no way they lose that round, and it is. There is a way they lose the round.
Has actually been taken out, which is the one vital point you need if there's one thing you want. And that's going to be a kill onto Jaeger. Almost a quad kill onto the Rooney, but not quite as big as Shark is. 9 at the same time. Well, the Vega is out of the game. There's no more there's no more, all those types of buffs. But there's going to be a kill transferred over to the Hibana, the team. That's going to be F2 out of the game. It's a 1v2 situation. Post plant is there. So what will our lovely Baby Shark? He gets another kill. That's a triple onto the head. He needs to get one more. And will he be able to do it? As he actually gets it. And that's going to be a quad kill and a clutch from the Rooney player. With the defuse in hand, he's going to be winning the first round for Team Loud.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to this lovely evening of Talent League. I am Stotarel, this is still Ben, and we're still having one match to show for you tonight. And well, there's gonna be a bit of an interesting one because that's gonna be between Team Vega Esports and Humble Academy. And what do we think of this one, my dear lovely Ben?
Well, it's going to be another interesting one. I think a bit like our minor league game, this one has an expected winner. Vega Esports are currently bottom of our major league, and they've been struggling a little bit this season. Their only win is from a forfeit, and they've lost every other game that they've played. It's going to be tough for them to fight back. Humble Academy showing that they have, well, more than just a trick up their sleeve. They're a very capable team. And they have a decently flexible map pool as well, which definitely helps in a best-of-2 format where you're going to be taken to 2 different arenas, one of your choosing, one of your opponents. But enough about that. Let's find out where we are playing as we have our map ban ready for you.
Well, and by the looks of it, seems like our first trip on Cafe was not our only time, because we're gonna go for another round on Cafe on this one. And to celebrate Christmas spirit, I would say, let's gonna go on to Chalet as well. Just both on the wintry side and snowy side of things. Soon not to be a thing is, global warming or some crap, whatever.
Yep.
It's
Global
like
warming
people
indeed.
in cars for it. Yeah, no. Anyway, if you want to have some snow, there are still some nice, beautiful places out there. And, as my grandfather used to say, I don't need snow. And you want to know why? So I don't have to fuck shit around on the driveway. So, but anyway, despite of this thing, we have both teams in. We have ready, and it would be a terrible mistake to leave them waiting. So let's just straight up hop in and see on how both teams are gonna go out, and see on who's gonna be the winner for tonight. And well, the Academy, the battle between the French and the Italians.
I have to see. Both countries connected to the Alps, so I guess it makes sense that these teams leaned into the snowy maps, if you would.
Already someone from a snowy place being banned. That's going to be Finca, I'm afraid. So, finally something, I would say a meta ban. Or basically banning the meta in that sense.
I mean, look, Siege is always more fun when Finca isn't in play, right? Because the LMG, the Gun 6, the Fed grenades, the heals, it's just so overwhelming and so much to deal with. And if you can not have to worry about one more LMG, it makes your job as a defender a little bit easier. Thatcher being off the board for Humble Academy, they're pairing this with the ban of the Mute, which is a little bit more quirky, a little bit more interesting. Does mean that Cade is available for the side of Vega Esports, who will be starting on the defense. But obviously that changes up when Humble swaps sides after 6 rounds. The final ban, though, to seal the deal, is it going to be something spicy? It's going to be the Valkyrie. So an operator who we saw available in our minor game this evening, not going to be available in the first map of our major game. And I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? Tyrell, the black-eye cameras, so many crafty spots to hide them, the nitro cells from below. It's a pain to deal with.
I'm pretty much used to seeing that, obviously, and well, Valkyrie having banned. But then again, once you have the Valkyrie in play, you know, you expected those runouts, you expected those sneaky kills and all those kind of stuff. So might as well just remove her, be cool with it. But that leaves the mirror into play, and well, Cafe is, I mean, no need to tell you, obviously, but you know, it's a great map for Mira.
Attackers need to locate and
Loads and
defuse
loads of, you know, opportunities and, you know, ways on the playing with her. But interestingly enough, you know, the side of Vega Esports have decided not to pick her, but you could say it makes sense for Library not to pick her, but I would say it's better to have her, especially for like upstairs. You know, you still got nice control over there, you can still slow the enemy teams down, but you know, we'll see on how it's gonna go out for them.
And just setting up fairly standard, right? I mean, reading as your early site is a little bit unorthodox from Vega, but it's a site that lots of teams feel quite comfortable with. So, you know what, take them to it and just force a little bit of a battle around it. They're setting up upstairs in a fairly standard fashion. No mute does make this hold a little bit more difficult, right? Because normally you'd want to mute jam off a lot of these walls you're seeing reinforced on the top floor, so that your opponents, the defend, the attackers, they can't just use, well, in this case, X-Kairos pallets to open up the wall, but does mean a little bit more freedom for this Flores, which is going to be in the hands of Nagul, just to see how they use that to clear out some space for themselves.
That indeed. Looking at it right now.
Loading new mag.
Interestingly enough, I'm not quite sure, but you know, let's just throw into the Spanish, so maybe some of you in the comments supporting, hopefully, Humble Academy can answer me these questions. All of them have Cyberground Gaming as on their clan tag, so who are they playing for?
Oh, they're playing for themselves. They're playing for the team.
Yeah. Anyway, Andrea is going to be the first one to find a kill, and that's going to be Merlin off of Vega, who is going to get thrown out of this one. Oxydy still holding down strong behind that shield. Still trying to defend his position right there. A few shots, pops, and bangs are going to go through, but nothing that really is going to phase him out all too much.
Just applying this pressure down the corridor, the shield. Getting rid of that as well will make it a little bit harder for the Uruni to play this position, because when you swing, you'll be doing so without any support.
Either way, looking for right now. Kaizen very, very close on the side. He's going to open up, and he might going to be able to find one, and yes, he does. He's going to use a few bullets right there, but will he eventually going to get the kill? No, it's going to be Raku who's going to steal the kill. That's going to be spooky out from Vega, and guys, I'm feeling that a little bit disappointed, but Andrea, on the other hand, he's going to find Strivox. Cutting down another member of Vega, just leaving it down to 2 versus 5. Oxydy and Sinji, the only 2 people left from Vega's side, while Humble Academy is still completely strong, having everyone up on the board. And, well, looking ever more increasingly, look at this. Nicely done by Kaizen right there. Sinji will fall. And it's gonna be only down left to Oxydy, who pretty much is dead stuck on those white stairs. Go up, go down, doesn't matter. He's gonna be able to find one. That's gonna be Andrea out of this picture, but can he clutch up in the next 40 seconds and still defuse? I don't really think so, but he's still would try to do his best and all. He's gonna be able to find another one. That's gonna be Struzo, who just runs up and gonna get caught, unfortunately, but you know, time's ticking, the clock is running, and it's running away from him, but so are his chances to try to make this round go. He needs to drop, he needs to get it, but look at this. Kaizen completely in control. He's gonna catch him out there, and it's gonna bring up this round for Humble Academy.
I mean, a very strong round for Humble, right? Because you're looking at them, they're fighting these picks upstairs that they need to find very important frags, and it does help a lot. Because you start to progress further and further down that top floor, and it's so hard for a retake to happen. Oxydy was on the white stairs, was able to get a couple kills, just due to a little bit more carelessness than anything else, right?
I'm not sure if you
Defenders
could say
protect the
carelessness.
bombs
I
from
mean,
being
you know,
defused by
like,
attackers.
they still set up, you know, the way they want to be. And it's just like, I think they're just failing a bit on, like, you know, putting the right pressure on, or just playing to defend
Well, that's
too
what I mean, though,
passively.
right? The carelessness from Humble Academy, I mean, to give Oxydy those kills, right? Rather
Oh,
than
I mean-
playing tight in that post plant just to make sure they secure the flawless round, they're hunting him down a little bit ravagely, you know, just each looking for that final kill. Whereas you could maybe just have a smoother end to the round by playing it tight, but obviously in the 1 versus 5, shouldn't make much of a difference if you do drop 2 players before finally picking him up again. Does mean Humble Academy take that first round, and it's going to force Vega. They don't feel comfortable retaking that site. They're going to go downstairs to the kitchen, and I mean, the hold that they've gone for is nothing particularly special. They've got some roamers upstairs. The Melusi and the Mozzie can work in tandem together. The Cade Strivox will really help them at closing down these angles. The interesting thing for me is the addition of not only the Fuse, but the Nook as well.
I'm always curious when people play at Nook, because then again, you're pretty much isolating yourself, because you have to play a lot of yourself solo, because you're, I wouldn't say you're like a human drone like Monty, you know, just be safe around it, but it's like, you have to do your own pathway, but like, not following up your drone or stuff like this doesn't work out. But then again, if you don't want to be spotted, you have the nice cloak. One thing that will definitely going to be known for sure is that Oxydy will not going to be able to try to make an impact, as he's going to be taken out by Andrea. But since he immediately pretty much refracts him, and look at this, Merlin is going to find out Raku, giving the man advantage to Vega right now.
A great find for Merlin on the roam, who's still upstairs, will be caught out by Struso, so just isolated for a little bit too long. No real way of falling back safely to the rest of the team. Did get a good bit of damage onto that Nook, though, and with Finka banned away by them, it does mean that there's no option for this Nook to just boost up their health to get back towards full HP. Gives Vega the advantage in this round, using the hard breach charge to give the Fuse the drop down into train, maybe even able to get the further hatch again. Still all 4 cluster charges in pocket. The sledge still on the table to make the vert if needed. There's plenty of time for Humble, they just have to be quick about it.
Well, speed is key, as I always like to say, and well, I do love the addition of the Fuse from Nalgo right there. Because regardless of what you gotta do, it's gonna scare the living shit out of you on sight. And well, there you go. The first charges are gonna go off. And if there's gonna be some collateral damage in form of, you know, human flash, then holy moly, that's gonna be something to celebrate and boast about on. But so far, everything is just exploding. It's just going out. C4s are popping, flying. Nothing really seems to be quite going so far into killing wise, but still, like, look how much ground that the Humble Academy is making up. But no, unfortunately, Struso misses out and Spooky will get the kill. But that means, like, Vegas is in a great position. Sinjin will find Kaizen, leaving it down to 3 versus 1. Nogwell, the only one left in just 15 seconds. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to clutch this one out still, but look at this. He's 10 seconds left. He's trying to pre-fire, try to get something going, but I think that's pretty much a seal and deal right there. And, well, tried to run for his life, but Strivox is going to find him, and with that, Vega will get the first round of this match.
Oh, it's a good job for them to get on the board early, especially on the defense on Cafe. Couldn't make it work on the middle floor, might as well make it work on the bottom. And they are going to change it up. Go to the bar and cocktail lounge, the common first site that a team will choose to go to. The lineup looking somewhat similar to their first round's attempt. No Wamai this time, instead bringing the Ella, continuing Merlin on the Melusi. Again, just trying to enable these players with strong fragging operators so that they can try and take these gunfights toe-to-toe with Humble Academy. The lineup for the attack making interesting changes, right? They bring in the fuse when they're playing above. They have the Flores set in motion for when they're attacking above. I like the adaptability that they're showing in their roster, because it clearly shows that they have a plan for the operators that they're bringing. That's always a nice thing to see when teams have that clear mindset, and it does help on attack if you know exactly what each operator's purpose is.
I mean, obviously, it would help to know on how the game works and what everyone does, you know?
Have
That's
a
pretty
plan in mind is what I mean, right? Like, if you're bringing that Flores and you're changing off of it when you're not on the top floor, that clearly says to me they are bringing this Flores to get this pixel shield, to get the shield inside of laundry, or the toilet even. Because trying to burn through the amount of utility that can be set up by the defense can be difficult, especially when you see the Arumi, the Vega. No one mind being added for them here.
You know what? I think I now know why the mute has been banned. It's exactly for the Flores to play out for the side of Humble Academy.
And it's nice to see teams take that consideration into the bans, right? If you know you're going to be playing lots of Flores, ban the counter. Druso on that, not getting caught out by an early spawn peek by Spocky, and, well, that does not help, right? You'll lose that early member, and look, an operator who's able to sneak past those cameras, which makes pushes up such stairs like white stairs or brown stairs quite dangerous, because those are spots you can normally rely on cameras to keep an eye out for.
Well, you could say this one's gonna stink a lot for Struzo on this one, but hey, nothing's lost yet. We still, that would be a great as hell idea, but I want you to risk the drone or use the flashbang. Both flashbangs gonna go out, and then now the big explodey boy is gonna go through and is gonna go meet his shield and the barbed wire and well. There you go. All utility has been gone, forcing Oxydy to go offensive, but that means he's going to be able to find Kaizen on the other hand. Not really quite expecting that flashback to come out. He's tried to escape on this one, but still seems like that. I mean, like, utility, everything is clear, but it really came onto the cast of Kaizen, so not quite sure on how Humble Academy is feeling this one out to be, but regardless of this, they're still working their way up. They're still doing as best as they can. Right now, they're still trying to fight with, you know, just with 3 members left. And so far, I don't see them really trying to advance or being able to push further because it's 1 minute 10. They push that stuck. Andrea is still on the cock that Widows is trying to do. Naga will drop and will lose a lot of HP because Spooky's on the other side. He has his number right there. Rocket, Andrea, the only 2 left, but they're both completely away from each other. And Oxydy right with the shotgun. Rocket will fall. Andrea's gonna be the only one left right there, and look at this diffuser there. And well, Andrea, you gotta have to pull out now a 1 versus 5.
Quite the overwhelming task, dropping straight into the smoke as well, because they know exactly where Andrea would be ending up. Vega Esports able to collect their 2nd round now, and they can start to get the ball rolling for them here, which is going to be so important for them for claiming this first map, especially as it's their own map pick, right? You always want to have a good opening showing, because Humble Academy having chosen Chalet, you'd expect them to be the ones more comfortable on that position. Now they have to go back to Reading Room and Fireplace Hallway, though, and the problem that they ran into here last time was that they lost so many opening picks early on. I'm seeing something interesting here, Adrian. I'm seeing the Blackbeard. Now, repick is a thing, and I'm expecting this to be changed off of early on, but if it isn't, if Raku is playing this Blackbeard, what's the plan here? Are they just going to put him on a window?
But exactly. But then again, I don't know which one really, because I don't seem to really use dining window as the perfect Blackbeard spot. And let me tell you, as a long tier veteran of him, I wouldn't really like. For me, it really makes sense only really on top floor to properly use him and, you know, fully get the advantage out of him. But still. But there you go. There goes the repick onto the Flores, and something as well like a buck off to a Twitch because you already got Kaizen on the sledge. We're trying to utilize more there, and I'm telling you right now, even though this one is one of the colder places, you know, cafe with snow and winter, it's getting quite hot in here in my room, so I need to turn on the fan.
Well, while you turn on the fan, we'll get to see the start of the assault here. Nuggle picking up this Twitch. With Flores as well, does mean they're rocking the maximum number of drones a team can have control of in Siege. 15 they'll get to utilize through this round. If they use them all fully to their best, then, well, you'd imagine they'll have a pretty good crack at it, right? You've got the Twitch to remove things like the ADSs, things like your magnets, and then you've got the Flores to root players out of position to catch the bulletproof gadgets as well, dropping them through the skylight for the time being, just trying to forge some space around the cocktail bar so that when they choose to drop on in, there's less cover to support, but Spocky able to shut down the second of those Roteras will make it a little bit harder. And as the Flores here, you don't want to invest all of them through this doorway now knowing it's being watched very vigilantly. Instead, you'll be waiting for some teammates to cause the chaos, at which point you can slip them back on in. The Saria Gate, the magnets are all set up for Vega to continue to buy as much time as possible. Nearly half the round having passed away for Humble Academy, yet to take control inside of Piano.
Well, Kaizen, extremely crucially careful that he's not gonna get peeked out right there or run out or whatever. And I'm not sure what Suzu is having in plan with this one, but it's not gonna find its actual destiny right there. It's gonna open up on the other side. But so far, right now, Humble Academy trying to advance, trying to push, and well, looking at the time, I'm not too confident anymore because, you know, usually like if there's just like a minute left, it's like this is way too late for Humble Academy to still try to do something because they can't really then like rely on much vertical anymore because they still need to open up a lot because they need to go down and plant and they haven't cleared out much. At least finally, Oxygen will fall thanks to the hands of Andrea, so that will give them something to work, but that's still not quite enough, especially with Merlin still up there, trying to do his best right there and getting a few shots in, but unfortunately he's not going to really do so. Spooky will fall in the hands of Nogwell, but Merlin is still right there. He's going to rotate downstairs right now, and with pretty much 30 seconds left, there's not much Humble Academy to do because they need to drop right now. Strivox is like in a key position right there, right at pillars, to catch him out and everything. Even try to engage him and find a look at this. He's gonna come out on top as well. Racker will fall. And Merlin on the other. No, Andrea got the shots right there. At just 15 seconds left for the side of Humble Academy to still try to pull it off. They gotta go in and plant. But look at this. Strivox is right there, but Andrea has him covered as well. Sinji will find the shotgun on the Kaizen. But the plant will go down thanks to Struza. Sinji will find Andrea. 1 versus 2 right there. Can he do it or not? He sees the one on pillar. He is cleverly decides to move away from it just for now, but there's not much time to work for him right there. The pressure's on, the stress as well. He needs to drop, he needs to find. Well, he needs to find both of them and goes with a shotgun in hand. Sees him, shotgun pop. He's gonna down him, he's gonna get him. Struza will go down with 15 seconds left. He needs to get one more. Can he defuse it? Or will Nogwell will interfere?
Oh,
he is him right there. The time, no. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what's going to happen. Nogwell goes down, but unfortunately, the fuse will not go through. Humble Academy wins this one out, but boy, that was just by a sliver, I would say.
Oh, that was so close. 3 seconds sooner. If any of that had happened, if he had 3 more seconds to play with, he would have been able to pull off a miracle clutch. But instead, Humble Academy will be very grateful to take that round, slipping so far in the 1 versus 3 situation. 1 versus 4, really, when you consider he got the pump shotgun at the same time or just after his final teammate fell. Could have been a little bit cleaner from them, and on a different day, maybe Vega start to take a further lead, but instead it's being clawed back once again, and we've seen these ping-pong matches happen before on Cafe in our first matchup with Goldinis and Team Aura. We're going to get to see this happen again, another opportunity for Tyrell's Law to rear its head, but back to the basement.
Hold on. We first need to get to, you know, round 7, and then we'll start to see also the score. Let's wait on this one.
So will there be an opportunity? But it gets to go back to where it all began for Vega. Their first round that they successfully took was here inside of Kitchen and service, and, well, they'll be trying to replicate their prior successes, running back a very similar lineup, the difference being that Merlin now on that Vigil instead of the Melusi. If you remember last time, they were able to get some good picks, had that 4 versus 3 advantage upstairs, but Merlin on that Melusi got pinned down by the drone fleet coming in from Humble Academy. The idea behind this Vigil pickup is just to hide a little bit more, because you can slip past the scanners. But, interestingly, they've chosen an Amaru. I'm not quite sure what the game plan with the Amaru is, perhaps just using it for the LMG, which is a very strong LMG in capable hands of those such as, well, we'll see if Raku can add to the tally. He finds the first pick onto Shinji, so I'm going to say yes it is. Takes a lot of damage for it, and like I've said before, no Finker to boost yourself back up, but he's going to continue plunging into prep, looking for yet another gunfight.
Well, look at this. Raku's gonna go down. Spooky will finish off this one. Living out the playing field out right there. And well, who's gonna open up on that kitchen wall right there. Hello, Peekaboo. An entrance has been made. And look at this. 2 minutes on the clock. And well, Humble Academy playing very, very close on the sides already. I don't know, will Oxy he still expects a 1-0 to coming from upstairs, but I think Humble Academy is definitely like, right, let's take out the racking ball, just go straight onto side, but look at this, Spooky hitting a shot perfectly. Struzer goes down. Kaiser on the other hand, he will finally refract Spooky, putting him down and putting him out of his misery. The Dokebi is gonna disrupt, and haven't seen her for a while for sure, but Merlin's still upstairs right there, and well, he can hear. They definitely feel like the presence of someone being upstairs, and that's gonna be Andrea. Looking right there, shot's gonna go through, and Merlin will take him out, leaving the top stairs control still to Vega. But that means Kaiser needs to plant, and Noggle needs to save from everyone who's still downstairs, and that's only gonna be sprint ups if I'm correctly right. So explosions are gonna happen and everything, but the plant unfortunately not gonna be able to go down. Merlin has him up covered from vertical right there, and Noggle having to fight, having to run outside. It's not looking all too good for this man, and it's not looking all too good for Humble Academy.
Well, the diffuser didn't even get finished planting, which means he has to make the aggressive move. The cover above is going to make that just a little bit harder. Trying to push in through prep, has the pings coming through into the location of the Cade, but the Banshee giving their same position away, goes for the vault through the window to try and draw the line of sight required to find the first of 3 kills, but no. Destroyvox is going to be able to win out that gunfight. Going to bring Vega another round, and they are 1 step away from stepping into this first half with the 4-2 advantage. Humble Academy will be looking for that 3-3 split, because if they get to go onto the defensive half 3-3, well, while not the cleanest of halves on the attack for them, it's something that they can take away some positives from.
I'm not sure if you really can say there's some positives right here for them, but you know, I mean, I would say if Anya wouldn't have fallen upstairs and maybe could have cleaned out both of them, that would have been like, then at least like the odds would have been very good for Humble Academy to stick it out and just hold it right after. But since you lose that crucial player upstairs, everything kind of like fell flat. Then they were forced to plant pretty much. They like, here's the thing, Kaizen can't really defend himself whilst he's doing. Noggle can't really aim up because he still has someone on the same floor to look out for and watch out for. So, everything just, sort of like fell flat on this one. But, Vega Esports gonna go upstairs, gonna go onto bar, and, well, if anything, we'll definitely see Humble Academy just, bang it out hopefully on this one once again. But yeah, so far, I'm wishing for Noggle the best right now, because he still needs to put himself up on the board.
Well, you want to get on the kill board as well as just being on the board, right? There's a couple stragglers on the side of Humble Academy who haven't quite found their footing in this game, and the side of Vega, they all seem to be just keeping up with each other a little bit better. And you see how things change, of course. Merlin once again taking up that Melusi, running around on this middle floor downstairs below, just trying to cause as many problems as possible for the potential members of Humble Academy who may enter his domain downstairs. Maybe just give some support to these hatch drops as well, just make things a little bit harder for the attackers. but they'll be starting their approach, trying to take control of Piano. You've got the ace on the board, the Selmas, which can be used to open up that first important wall. Raku getting important information which they can use to find opening frags, but it's not going to fall their way. Nagel will get on the board and find one onto Spooky, but not before he was able to take down Kaizen, the sledge. As the flashbangs continue to run through, Andrea will get another. The advantage in the hands of Humble Academy.
Oh, look at this. Raku will find one as well. Oxydy, on the other hand, finally will fight back for the side of Vega Esports, taking out one of them. But as the two Frenchmen are still trying to fight off the 3 Italians. For Oxydy taking a bit of damage, Merlin's but Oxydy on the other hand, he will find the C4 into Andrea. That's a huge pickup right there. Just leaving Noggle and Struzo alive. We'll skip that. Merlin, it will be going down. It's all down to Oxydy to make this one happen. Put down a 4-2, or we're just gonna go straight to the Tyrell Law. And look at this. Noggle will go so, and well, now we have the ever deciding round on who's gonna win for this one.
Even Stevens at the half. It does mean that Humble Academy moving on to the defense on paper have the advantage, right? Often teams feel quite comfortable ending at a 4-2 half, something we're yet to see.
Okay. The second half is the defense. It's for free. They will do it. End of story.
They should, right? You'd expect so. I mean, that was what happened in our first game this evening. Goldinis 3-3 on the attack, swap onto the defense. Could
except that, like, you know, they waited 2 rounds for it to happen.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
But then
the
again,
bomb.
it's the second half. If you're second half on defense, it's just cafe. Normally you just look it out, stick it out, do it out.
Yeah.
I usually never have those issues with it, to say the least. Like it's usually like, you know, the predetermined thing. But anyway, we're just gonna have to see how the setup works, and we're gonna see if Vega decides to pretty much spit into my soup for today. But yeah,
It would be funny.
oh god, would be horrid.
Before insertion.
I do think it's interesting looking at the lineup, though, coming out from Humble, right? You've got 5 operators, all with very potent guns, all very fraggy operators, but no real anchor among them. It indicates to me this is going to be quite an aggressive, quite a fast, action-paced second half to Cafe. The Spawn Peak coming in early on, Raku not quite landing the shots, will give away his position. Gonna fully open up the window just so he can maybe use a couple more spots to his advantage, but his opponent not willing to tango. It's gonna instead just dance out to the side, wait by the hallway. Merlin now again just still cautious of these peaks coming in from Humble Academy. You can see it's kind of got to Vega a little bit with the early aggression. They have to be very careful on their ascent to the top of the building. No sledge. Oh, he's opening up the hatch. There we go. Love to see that. Getting an action, getting a start before they make their way towards Piano. As we saw their opponents do many a time, you'll see the teams will always lean into. But Raku once again, Tyrell, not relenting, looking for even more fights.
Well, looking right now, drones are gonna get popped, but you know, so far nothing really, you know, majorly, you know, trying to offset or try to outbalance like each other team. So
Bomb has been located.
so far it's been, you know, you could say quiet. Nothing that has been trying to shock or stun away the teams. But Vega right now, they're definitely working on the process, getting this wall open, getting down to Piano, and pretty much taking out anyone who is inside there. With that, it's gonna be Andrea, who takes quite a lot of damage, but he's gonna fight through. But look at this, the run-out is gonna fail out. Andrea will go down thanks to Merlin, but Kaizen will find Oxy as well. So, you know, the turn of events is just...
Indeed. No better way to summarize it. You can see the double claymore set up on red stairs just to make it very difficult and confusing for a flank to be pulled off by Humble Academy up the red stairs. As there's a minute left for them to play with, still to clear out Piano. There is no one there, but they don't quite know that. Kaizen inside of laundry, or inside of the toilets, washrooms, has the shield to play around, has the information, but will lose the gunfight to Spocky wielding the ARX, has to check the holes, has to be careful of anyone retaking that position, as Raku already back on this shield, going to get aggressive into the defense as they're opening up the wall to try and open onto Struso, swinging through the doorway, trying to land the shots onto the Nomad, but has to swap to the secondary. It's not going to be enough as Spooky finds a second kill in the round. Looking to collapse and continue their advantage now, using flashbangs to clear up the position at the top of White Stairs so they can go further in. 15 seconds on the clock. He's netted himself, he's flashed himself. The Nitro Cell kill will bring one back, but it's suddenly collapsing inside of Laundry. It's triple kill for Spooky as his teammate falls behind him. He knows where the last one is on the top of White Stairs, but they're falling back down. Swap to the pistol, but can't quite land the jump in time. Can't quite find the shots needed to bring them the round, and Thunderbird escapes by the skin of their teeth. Humble Academy win the first round.
So if everything goes right, Humble Academy will win this one. Dead end. But since I've proven wrong today already, we may see a good lead pulling up. And see, Ben, when was the last time you've seen a clash?
Well, I'm a big fan of Clash. I won't lie.
No. I'm not saying that you're a fan or not. I'm just saying, when was the last time you saw her?
Sunday? I saw a Clash on Sunday.
On Sunday?
But
Really?
before then, it was quite a while.
Attackers have discovered the location
It's
of a bomb.
you know, Clash is one of these interesting operators that when you have a plan around it and you build your strategy around the fact that you have this tool available, right? You can imitate Emperor Palpatine with your taser. You can pretend to be Monty but on the wrong side by just standing there and drawing the pressure. You're a mirror window if needed as well. Very flexible, but the fact that you are dealing with your shield a lot of the time means that a lot of players tend to shy away. It's a very different play style, but if you can capitalize on it, it can be very helpful to your team. And it'd be interesting to see what Andrea's plan for this operator is. On Cafe, a lot of the times, you're just looking at stalling as much time as possible inside of Bakery. You can see them trying to land the claw here on the wall to try and make it so that it can't be shot from the doorway, but will protect this wall in small bake. The reason for that is if that gets opened up by the Habana, it makes it a lot more difficult to play behind the counter and contest onto the double doorway. This gives them a little bit more time to buy.
Well, new things learned every day here. Either way, more curious on how Oxydy will play out this nuke. Because as said previously, you know, you kind of like, if you're playing Nook, you really have to be playing solos, and otherwise I don't see, you know, it's like a much reason for it to do so. But here again, you have Raku holding upstairs as well. You got Kaizen, I believe that's gonna be down in Pillars and Library. Just so you know, but so far Vega Esports doing the good old SAS tactic. Just take the first, just take top floor and work yourself each and every floor downstairs. And with that, they're gonna find a roaming vigil by the name of Kaizen, who is gonna, well, I guess he ain't gonna be wreaking havoc anytime soon anymore for this round.
No, and when you pair that with the Jackal, able to scan the footprints of Raku, force him back downstairs, it's a great start for them to clear as much space as possible as quickly as they can. Merlin continuing just to make sure that no one is lurking around, but the drone information should give him the all clear and enable Strivox to start working away on this vertical pressure. A lot of the actual inside of sight is soft floor. And when you pair that with placing frag grenades very delicately, 6 of which Vega have available, you can root out some of these more entrenched defenders. When you consider furthermore that a Clash is one of your remaining defenders, that's one less gun that will oftentimes be aiming at their opponent. Saying that though, XP-SMG9 currently in the hands of Andrea. Never mind.
I may just, you know, a bit curious on why Andrea exactly picks the Clash. Like, not the operator choice itself, but let's just throw this one in. Struzo will find one, the same as Raka will find one as well. Amazing shots right there, but Andrea so far, you know, being the biggest player and being the biggest, you know, money maker, and look at this, Struzo. I guess he found his groove on this one right now, but I wanted to say, like, why not somebody else, you know, picking up that clashes? Andrea clearly has shown how effective he is with a gun around. So taking away one wouldn't be the big ace. And well, Truzo finds again another one. I believe that's going to be free in this one, and Andrea the last one. Just running and collecting this one up. And well, I guess everything worked out greatly for them in the end. And with that being said, I mean, 5-3 for Humble Academy.
Well, one step away from match point, 2 steps away from the first map win, which is obviously very important. To get a win, you need to win both maps, otherwise it's a draw if you get one apiece. Getting that first head up is such a big advantage, and there's a lot less pressure on you going into that second map at times, right? Because you know at the very least you're walking away with a draw, you're walking away with something. The spicy little change up to the lineup here, though, is Raku once again picking a more niche operator. This time, though, it's the Kavira Tyrell, and we talked about operators that we don't see a lot, right? The Oryx, the Clash. This is also up there.
Yep, definitely for sure. And I'm not sure how you feel, but I'm not sure what like Bandit has been, you know, playing for quite a while. Like he hasn't been there for me at least. And glad to see Vera, glad to see Bandit. Kavira, I have a few interesting things on her, especially since Sunday, on how she was played. But you know, might as well just throw her off, you know, throw your enemy teams off right there from the get-go and just, you know, have a little surprise right there. And then don't forget this pistol. I mean, 1, 2 tap, 3 tap maybe.
2 tap injure, you get the interrogation, you get that perfect information, and then you could just kind of flick down your opponents like dominoes one at a time, and you see those scary plays of Cavs to interrogate, then use the interrogation to injure someone, get another interrogation, and then the chain just goes on and on. A Kavira who knows what they're doing and hits the right lucky streak is one of the scariest things to go up against in Siege, despite the fact that on base value, not a brilliantly useful operator. The drones are coming in, though, at the top of red. They're coming through shop. They should spot Raku out behind this counter. It'd be a mistake, a massive blunder from Vega if they don't. We'll have to see, though. It's Shinji just leading the charge. The first kill goes to Nagel, though. The Bandit able to land the correct shots needed to find the opponent of Spooky. The Nomad off the board. Andrea adds the tally with a run out nonetheless to take down Strivox. The Sledge also missing for the rest of this round, and Andrea gonna go back through the double doorway as well. No one else there to take advantage, but oh no, it's happened.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Well, it's got it down 1, it's got it down 2, ladies and gentlemen. But there's right the third one as well, so no interrogation, 2 quick kills from Raku right there. Shotgun out hand, and ladies and gentlemen, flawless for the side for Humble Academy. What on earth, man? The confidence is extraordinary right now. Yeah, timeout indeed. As CJ, we're gonna need this one and Vega to figure out what is happening. But I mean, this is gonna be the last chance for them because they're gonna try to make it out into overtime in order to at least, you know, try something. But so far, Humble Academy, I mean, this one will sit absolutely horrendously deep for them.
Yeah, I mean, look, you didn't get interrogated. That's one thing to be able to say, but how comfortable they were inside of shop, not realizing that just on the other side of the counter, lying in wait, was the true predator of the lobby. And I mean, Humble Academy match point now, they just need one more round, and you're looking at a defensive side in which they haven't dropped a single one. They went on a flawless sweep of all 3 of the primary bomb sites. You're never really seeing teams pick up mining and fireplace unless something particularly odd is taking place. And so now we just have to wait and see once again what's in store for us, as they're going to be running back to the top floor. Raku, adding to his flexibility, is going to be picking up the Doc. Now, Doc is an operator who wasn't massively common before. you'd see Doc in a couple key positions on specific maps. You're thinking, sometimes you'd see a Doc playing on White Stairs or Pixel on Cafe. Sometimes you'd see a Doc on Kanto's spot, which is the top of the spiral staircase to the right on that double wall next to the lift. So named because Kanto would play Doc in that spot a lot and was very scary, as Kanto is. It'd be interesting what the value they draw from the Stim pistol is, because Thunderbird generally is deemed to be just an upgrade in most respects.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
See, I always come from a time where Doc was primarily used for
This.
for a side that is less making me physically sick and is less revolting than that. In the time that people call, you know, the dark ages and shit like this. But yeah,
What site draws your mind?
Sweetheart, I remember putting him like purely like cafe, let's say cafe kitchen, you know. I have line of sight and I purely had Doc with an ACOG in there based in that strat. Just so you can abuse it in the furthest corner far in the back, so you could take out a player like Kaiser right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the start Vega were looking for, right? That's why you take the tactical timeout, just to reassemble your thoughts, figure out how you want to start your attacking rounds. Oh, these drones. Starting to annoy Andrew a little bit. She's going to decide to take a little bit of a back step. You've got to be careful, though. That wall is not bulletproof.
If everything would be bulletproof, then we wouldn't be playing Siege, we would be playing something else, but hey, LE there's one right out there. Everything's gonna come out, fly out. There's gonna be another kill. Merlin will find Raku cutting down Humble Academy, and well, this reset, little of them from Vega might be it that is gonna lead them now onto victory, because Noggle and Suzu, well, they have their work cut out right now. Definitely C4 not gonna be able to land or hit anything. So these two need to perform now miracles really to make this one work. One's gonna be found, that's gonna be Merlin who's gonna go down. And Struzo sitting in the piano, tries everything, like drone are gonna get shot out. He's got the hole, he needs to pre-fire right, and he does. Oxy will fall. Can he find another one? Flashbangs are out, he's gonna lay down in the corner. C4 is gonna blow out, is he gonna find? No, it's gonna give him a bit of self-damage right there. Flashbangs, everything. They really tried to take him out right there. Struzo fighting with everything he got. Finally, Noggle comes here to save him out. Digi will fall. One will fall. That's going to be Strux. Potentially, the clutch can come out. Spooky, the last one alive for Vega. And look at this. Struzo will fall. It's all down to 1 versus 1. Spooky versus Noggle. Noggle still full HP. And Spooky just with the piss in hand. And Noggle will do it. Humble Academy win. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be map 1 for the Italians.
I did not think they were going to pull that round out the bag. The 2 versus 5 situation. 2 versus 5. There is no way you should be losing that, Vega. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Just so well played from Struso inside of piano, just never giving up any space, using stage, using minibar, using the sofas, using everything available just to eke every advantage, every mile out of every action that they took. And Noggle just recognizing that all, and I mean all, Vega attention was drawn onto the mirror. Nothing was being sent his way. He could walk up through bar, get into the position under that new hatch, just to assist, just to get the frags that were needed and win out that 1v1 at the end to capitalize on a wonderful clutch round for the pair.
I mean, definitely, you know, Struzo, definitely the hero off of this round. I mean, there's no other way. So huge, you know, pats on him for this one. But that means we're going to go into a short break before we're going to enter the chalet. So, because we need to get refreshing up, you probably need to go take a loo or something or get some popcorn ready, because now we're going to go on to chalet and we're going to see the conclusion for the night. Will Humble Academy win this one out as well, or will there going to be a draw thanks to Vega just pulling it all out? We're going to see this one in just in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned. We'll be right back just in a sec.
Sir Googie is the first to fall, and that's your Finka off the board. No more Adrenal Surges, no more Gone 6, no more nothing for anything too important. Now Lasmo does fall since he was on very low HP, and there goes F2 as well to get the second.
Start here, but QVG's gonna be the tides, to say the least. I mean, the very nice flick on the head. That's gonna be another one. A triple kill for F2. Will he be able to get the quad? Yes, he does. The Thermites player will be getting off with a quad kill. And actually, he is going to be getting a bit of a gunfight pretty soon brought over to him. And as soon as we speak of the devil, it's gonna be the Thunder Greed. Greed will be taking out.
Hot is down, but and that's your Sophia too. So that's a big gun off of the board, as well as a lot of the attackers. And oh my god, this could be huge as well. Esports are not Nano Wise or Gazzo. Has to follow to get that diffuser down, as only 2 seconds remain. There's a player from Dirt, there's a player behind Guns. There goes a quad kill though from Aimi, who's overwatching the plane. He knows where the last player is, and it's an ace from the Ayana. Aimi clutching up that round for Loud Esports as they take whether it was a buff or not. And it's so obvious that it is a burst, that it is a buff for so many users. And they gave him more Vulcan canisters to work with as Equilibrium. Well, our Esports are giving him so many bodies to work with. What the hell is going on? He gets his fourth. What is going on? Equilibrium just made the best entry that I've seen on a sledge, and he takes out 4 people. And it's an ace to start off the first round of minor league. What is going on? What the heck? I don't really know what the hell this guy is. Okay, probably not looking all that well. He's gonna get down and look at how. I just don't know what the hell this strat is. He gets another Lasmo. He might get himself a third if he doesn't choke the gunfight. He has to find the plus G's, and he has to find it now. QBG has to throw in the ball. There's no way they lose that round, and it is. There is a way they lose the round.
Has actually been taken out, which was the one vital point you needed, the one thing you want. And that's going to be a kill onto Jaeger, almost a quad kill onto the Rooney, but not quite as Baby Shark is dying at the same time. Well, the Vega is out of the game. There's no more there's no more, all those types of buffs. But there's going to be a kill transferred over to the Hibana, the team. That's going to be F2 out of the game. It's a 1v2 situation. Post plant is there, so what will learn from the Baby Shark? He gets another kill. That's a triple onto the head. He needs to get one more, and will he be able to do it? As he actually gets it, and that's going to be a quad kill and a clutch from the Rooney player. With the defuse in hand, he's going to be winning the first round for Team Loud. Bit of a
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this lovely match between Vega Esports and Humble Academy, from which we've went from to away with a 7-3 for Humble Academy up on this one. And with that being said, that means we're gonna go into Chalet for this one, and this one's gonna decide whether Humble Academy will win or it's gonna draw out. I'm still Terrell. This is still Ben, and we're now heading in onto the mountainous and snowy chalet.
What a lovely place to be able to stay. Do you know what I mean? You got a nice little master bedroom. You got a couple of different rooms. You got a bar. You got a kitchen. You got a games room. But at the moment, it is taken over for well, the sake of a training mission, I guess, between Vega Esports and Humble Academy here. The first ban is going to be the Flores, and we saw Humble using a ton of Flores on their attacks on Cafe, and I think Vega have clocked that this is something they do not want to be dealing with, and it's a lot more powerful on Chalet as well, due to how many windows are right next to the important power positions that you really want to hold on to as the defenders. That's getting paired with the ban of the Thatcher, Tyrell, so nothing too unusual, and we'll probably see that get paired with, I don't know, a Valkyrie and a Cade, Valkyrie and a Mira. But I guess time will tell. As the Valkyrie are first, who's going to be our last, though?
It's gonna be a good question. I potentially think, like, Mira would be a good option. Cade might be a good option. Potentially a Rooney. A Rooney would definitely throw off this one ban severely, but
maybe Jaeger.
Potentially, but there you go. There's the Mira. The only thing I'm a bit annoyed of that Flores and Thatchers are out there, because I know how much great and huge potential these two can have. So,
yeah, I think particularly the Flores on this map is very strong, and it's a common ban for that reason. Thatcher, there's a couple of cool tricks you can do with throwing the EMPs on the slanted rooftops so that it rolls down if you time it right.
That indeed, but oh boy, I think we may have lost my dear British champ right there once more again. I guess his internet decides to be a bit crappy, and I'm not sure if anyone from the UK is sitting right there. I know usually it is how to say, bound to Virgin users, Virgin Media, not actual Virgins, for everyone who isn't living there, to get this one clear out and right in the head. So, but yeah, if you would like to, we can open up, how about this? We open up like a Patreon or a Kickstarter, whatever, and it's like, help get Ben a different internet. Then we can all donate for him to get another new provider. Am I right, Ben?
That would be lovely. I'd love a faster internet if people are willing to pay for it.
Let me guess.
You know what? It's usually weird.
Guess. You're at Virgin Media, correctly?
5 seconds left before insertion.
I'm actually not sure. I think so.
Yeah, I guess someone's not paying the bills for sure.
No, not my domain. But I think we're Virgin Media, so you know how it be. But yeah, so yeah, it's usually pretty good. Today it's been a little bit quirky with it. But you know what? That's alright. We're back in time for the action, and we're seeing Raku already getting on this upside down rappel angle, overlooking, or just looking down towards the library, trying to see if anyone's playing on the balcony. But the focus here is going to be on Oxy D, who's running all the way to Solarium. Now the drones should come in and spot him. You can see it getting shot out of midair there. Quite a high jumping drone. But that will be his signal to fall all the way back towards the blue stairs, because you don't want to lose the member too early on. There were my discs being thrown just to shore up this position. A lot of utility invested to saving the shield here.
Well, utility is still key and point in there, and obviously, shield's right up there. You can't really, pass, or sort of like, there's going to be someone behind who's going to stop you, obviously, physically, but drones are going to get burned for the Aruna gates, but that doesn't matter, because you have a more mightier weapon. That's going to be grenade. It's going to pop. It's going to hurt a bit Oxy D, but more importantly, it should have cleared away that shield, but that shield still exists, and hello? Or? No, it
has been taken.
Okay, the viewing angles sometimes can be very hard to, clarify, but regardless of this, Sinjay, on the other hand, he's gonna find one onto Kaizen and gonna reduce it down. Not a grenade will fall, and Argo will get this one onto Oxy D. leveling out the playing field once more. And look at this. Andrea will find Merlin. Seems to be starting off right there, the kill train.
Shinji once again looking to try and grab another for themselves. A wonderful shot up onto Struso, finding the ace. Hard breach not quite as important on this site though, so it's not the end of the world. Losing a member's the bigger deal. Raku trying to use these grenades to land kills down below. Kill onto Shinji, shutting down the only member of Vega to find kills so far. Spooky and Strivox left in the 2 versus 3 as Andrea pushing down these blue stairs. Has the knowledge of this positioning for Spooky, using frag race to keep them pinned into storage while they push on in. You've got to be careful of behind you though, as that's where Strivox, the Wamai, is lurking around, taking control of Bar though, pushing in, trying to get a swing onto Spooky, gets it at just the right time as soon as the Malusi's gaze wanders. And now inside of sight, plenty of time to start this defuse as Nagel putting it down. Strevok's going to take upstairs though. You have the hatch open to drop down, using the vertical angles maybe to find some picks. We'll find the first onto Raku, but the defuse has been planted elsewhere. Has to be careful of the angle inside of storage that can be used to watch the drop. Nagel just below. Does he know? He goes straight for the drop into the waiting arms of the sledge, who will help Humble Academy collect the first round.
Well, so far, still on the roll from Cafe and still looking to make sure this is going to be a W for them for tonight. But then again, for Vega, it would be ever so important to at least get something off the board. And if I'm looking right now at the table for them, I mean, they're bottom last. There's nothing really to hide away, and especially that one win came from a forfeit. So, you know, they're definitely in need of it. And if I'm not deceived right there, if they're not gonna try to, at least make it to place 8, they're gonna fall straight into the minor, or even out.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place to be in the relegation spots, but that's the position they currently find themselves in. It's why every point available is so important to Vega at this point of the season. They need to try and clinch a draw here today. Humble Academy winning Cafe puts them in the driver's seat of the series, and, well, Vega Esports choosing to re-go to the same site they tried before. Not many changes in the operator lineup. They're adding the Frost just to try and spice things up a bit, right? You still keep the shield, you have another piece of utility that...
Another piece of utility, and here I cut off. Well, this wouldn't be Talon League without a few issues along the way, as we all good and used to know it. But hey, life is life, and so is this match as well. But hey, we're just gonna have to wait and see on who's gonna come out on top on this one. But so far right now, Humble Academy making up their approach is Sinjay trying to enforce himself with a few more line of sights, and also a laser gate right there, just to making sure about, well, a drone has been spotted, trying to take care of, but
you can say...
Oh! You have a few sprigs of life of him, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's not get too much distracted of hopefully the resurrection of here Ben right now, but as we're gonna see now, Humble Academy is getting closer and closer onto that bar, as Vega is getting more and more squeezed tightly up together. Well, finally the Twitch is going to be fanned by Sinjay, as it was annoying him earlier on this one. But so far, not much interaction from upstairs. You do have enough members from Humble Academy right there, and Oxity putting a magnet out in each and every direction, making sure that shield is going to stay up, and he's going to stay in that position. But looking to further stop anyone who's trying to engage.
Half the round still to play with for Humble Academy, trying to now get this shield out of play, but there are just so many Wamais and magnets ready to catch them. Strivox able to add a kill now onto Raku, as Struso looking to try and use this long angle he's just opened up, but so far nothing rearing its head. Sinji still playing with this angle available, but Kaizen gets the kill onto Strivox. which is a good opening for them. They can now start to work away at this, try and clear out mezzanine balcony, but look at the timer. It's continuing to tick away, and this library control still firmly in Vega's hands.
Okay, son. Look at this way to make it up on side. He's gonna encounter someone first. There you go. Spooky will find him, but there you go. Another trade. Look at this. Free come out from Humble Academy. Immediately cutting down the Frenchman's. As it's only Merlin left right now upstairs. Trying to make this one work out, but with 20 seconds left, he's gonna fight Sousa. He's gonna fight Nagua as well. And if I believe so, that might be the defuse upstairs. But look at this. Andrea got the shots right there on the hatch. Manages to save it out, and Humble Academy with another round.
Well. Humble Academy looking strong at the start of this game, looking strong at the start of the end. So to be able to see them carry that momentum forwards is a good start. We have a result coming in from the minor league, though, in another game that was played off stream today. BTD, Barney's Trusted Dinosaurs, take the win 7-4 over Nerf Minor, which means they actually jump ahead of them in the standings as well. Now the second place team inside of the minor league. Both of those teams still a game in hand over Goldinis, who are a couple of points ahead. Goldinis are 4 points ahead of Barney's Trusted Dinosaurs and now 5 points ahead of Nerf Minor. So it requires 2 wins for those teams in their last games and some chokes from Goldinis in their final match of the season if they want to finish in that fated first place. But still quite the battle for second going on.
That indeed, but
5 seconds remaining.
still, I would say there's not much
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse.
not much really to try to gain from this one still, but hey, you know, we got like maybe 2 more play days left from this season, maybe 3 for some. So
Well, yeah, Goldinis only 1 game left to play. Barney's Trusted Dinosaurs and Nerf Minor 2 more games of the season each. Is the positions there. So it's quite hard for Goldinis to lose their spot, provided they draw at least a point from their last game. They're looking in a good spot.
yeah, they are indeed, but as a few shots are gonna come through right now. There you go. Raka will find Oxy D. He's gonna be able to cut him out right there. That's interestingly enough. Still, you got like, I mean, I'm waiting for Nago and Spooky to just, you know, find themselves and just gonna obliterate themselves. Because they are so closely, tightly up together as Kaizen is moving forward. And I believe past Spooky, but there you go. Spooky will find Kaizen. He will try to find another one. Spooky will find Nago on the other. That's gonna be the third one. Susan will get down as well. Safe to say in the corner and playing it out perfectly, cutting down Humble Academy. And I would say with that, also cutting down the Dreams to winning on this round as well. It's just Andrew and Raku left. They got a minute 30 to play still, but I doubt they're going to be able to still cut down 4 players of Vega right there.
They are going to try their best. Andrea creeping in. The Toxic Babes will give away their positions. The choking sound commences. They know that they're playing inside of sight. Raku trying to come up Solarium staircase to get the knife in the back of Vega Esports. But like you said, still 4 defenders for them to find. Enough time for them to make it happen, but the diffuser is down on the mezzanine balcony. The Banshee and barbed wire combination giving away the location of the Nook, trying to use frag grenades to clear out a bit of a path for them up the staircase. The ADS denying that. Andrea finds 1 on the Sinji, though. That's a good start for them here. 3 still remain, 1 in close proximity, dancing around the doorway as Merlin goes down as well, but 2 quick kills for Vega Esports finish off the round. They find their first, and it's very important that they start collecting as many as possible.
That indeed. I mean, like I said, for Vega, it's all down to, you know, make a draw and to get like a slither of point. But for Humble Academy, I mean, they're sitting in a That's pretty much in the best spot they possibly could be.
Mm.
Sort of. Then again, like looking down a bit on the leaderboard, a win for them for Humble Academy would shoot them up pretty much on the same level to QBG, Machine Soldiers, like maybe Labyrinth as well. So, they get up in the mix in the fight. Vega, it's pretty much like, right, if they win, they close the gap to Humble Academy. But but both are kind of like trying to fight for, certain things because
Yeah.
let my memory be recalled. The top 4 of the majors, they're gonna go on to the championship series, and the top 2 from the minor. But as minor, I would say it's pretty much all down and chewed already. But like for majors,
10
you
seconds remaining.
still like, I mean, you still got chances
remaining.
to make it if you're Humble
Yeah.
Academy. So they need to grab these opportunities and make it work and stick it out for them. But but so far, Humble Academy is definitely looking to be the stronger team. But I mean, as you just seen from Vega, one good performance and like this whole team collapses on its own basically.
Well, it does sometimes fall like a house of cards. Last round, they were able to stabilize before everything fell to the table, but we'll have to see if they can keep up this, right? Because yes, they got 1 round, and now they're playing Dining, which is the site just above the site they held so well previously. You've got that opening advantage. Getting it again will be key. Raku on the Amaru, which, the Gara Hut gives some flexibility options to the attack. They can fly in through a window or more creatively fly up a hatch. Whether they get use out of that, we'll have to wait and see. But so far, applying pressure to the big window and just trying to take Mezzanine to open up this main breach. Struso is the hard breacher. He's ace. He's got that defuse kit as well. Making his way up to the double window on Fluke Balcony just to try and start opening up the breach into Office, because you want to deny the vertical pressure away from Vega so that when you go for the plant inside of Dining, you're a little bit better protected. We'll have to see how that transpires. Andrea already somehow able to just walk up jungle, trying to take the gunfight against the mute behind the counter, behind the table, but they've been able to drop the hatch and run scot-free. The Banshee on the floor will be taken out, and suddenly they have a lot of pressure onto the site.
Closing in quite rapidly, you might say. But look at this Spooky. Living a bit up to his name and just hunting around Nogwell. He anticipated him and took him out with a clean headshot, ruining his chances to do great for his team right there. And whilst Oxide is still sitting there with a whole bunch of ADS, Malusi charges Andrea on the other hand. He's gonna find 2 and cut completely down the rostrum as the plan will go down by Struzo. The shots are gonna find, and look at this, Andrea. Another 2, making this one a flawless for the side of Humble Academy. There it seems to be not a stopping anymore. The comeback from this 1 round, amazing.
Walked into site downstairs, found 2 picks, walked up Solarium and found the 2 on the players upstairs, just taking the whole round on their shoulders there. Great intuition, just know what's safe, what's foot clean, what you can take, what space is available. And, well, Humble Academy, you're seeing this just continue to happen, right? This was the trend from last game where just players were stepping up to find the frags, and Vega Esports as a team were never quite able to capitalize on picking numbers up themselves. They've always had a struggle taking advantages. And now they're back to, well, the only site that they've won, that was in the first round early on. They have to try as much as they can to hold on to this. No, they didn't even win this site. They lost it out twice in a row and then moved on to other sites. I have to be honest, it's difficult to see what their win condition is here. They've got to change up quite a lot, because as much as they would try to stall time, this lobby presence that, again, Andrea was taking up would just give openings where last time they were able to walk in, find the pick onto Strivox, who had so many angles to worry about. Andrea sitting at 9-1 this game.
Dude is definitely flying. I mean, even on Cafe, like, he already put out some great numbers, even on the early rounds as well. I always doubt this will gonna be stopped anytime soon. But Raku losing a lot of HP due to this gunfight right there. And try to find someone from side of Vega, and Vega. There's gonna be Stribox who's gonna now escape Raku right there. But boy, oh boy, the damage being dealt right there. I doubt Raku will try to further advance from this route anymore, or at least with a major precaution. So I would say he definitely like put down the stopper on this one. As you're gonna see, Humble Academy upstairs trying to clear out, trying to advance forward further, and well, guys are already having the piano already. The breaches are getting open right there. Line of sight and cleared out. It's now down to onto those metal stairs. And would you look at this? Raku will avenge the evil shots from early on, and Sinjay will fall. Excuse me, that should have been Stribox, but hey, Sinjay will be found dead thanks to Raku.
Setting up a sequential breach.
Oh,
Just still holding on to the top of blue. The ADS's, the Saria gates being burned. You expect to see the frag grenade roll onto the shield as it does. And now the second shot from Struso will be the one to land the nail in OxyD's coffin. Spooky shortly falling, and just getting another double kill inside of sight, walking in freely. Merlin left alone upstairs in the 1 versus 5. The Adrenal Surge to pick up the only injured player, and it's a flawless round once again for Humble Academy.
it starts to become a nightmare. Like, it's not looking bien, mon ami. But it's looking mucho bueno for Humble Academy right there.
Well, the last round of the half, Humble Academy 4-1 up. Can they make it 5 and get ever so close to a swift 7-1 finish? That would be their desired goal, right? You boost up your points as quickly as possible, and more importantly, you protect your round differential, which could be important considering they'll be in the middle of the pack. Having that as a possible tiebreaker just to edge them closer to those playoff spots would be desirable. Merlin setting up the ADSs to protect this piano shield. Part of the reason why they banned out the Florets is to hold on to this position for longer. Look at the lineup though. Raku was hovering the Blitz, now changing onto the Amaru. We saw what the G8 was able to do in capable hands before on Cafe. Raku wants to just demonstrate that once again, and perhaps we'll see some use out of the Gara. But it's possible it's just a reliance on strong weapons with the flexibility, the option, you could say, to jump through a window, jump up a hatch, if that becomes required throughout the round. But they will be starting their assault towards Mezzanine once again, nonetheless.
Well, last wall's gonna get put up. Sinjay. But boy, oh boy, this is pretty much the last defense round for Vega right there, because after this, Humble Academy will go on to defense, and well, if their attack is so outstanding, like, I'm sure Vega Esports will have a tough time to get on the, well, pretty much to try and attack on this one. But hey, you know, nothing has been done so far. But right now, obviously, Humble Academy looking absolutely amazing, and well, Vega's still. I mean, like I said earlier, they're quite passive in the worlds. Like, the great moments they get, they do, but you know, something like this is not. They can't afford themselves to happen. Andrea taking out OxyD once more again. The man's still not able to put up anything for his team. As Andrea looks and shoots, and there you go. He will find Merlin. Not so steady, not so confident as it would be. Look at this. Strumux is down as well. And there you go. Raku will find Spooky, leaving Sinji effectively the only one left. And I was about to say I'm smelling it on the floors, but Sinji will find Andrea. Raku will get the finish off on the Strumux. The 1v4, Struzo planning out. There you go. Raku switched to killing up, and Humble Academy. They'll go 5-1 into their defense. I mean, this looks to be more or less settled. Like, as much as it hurts me to say, but I'm not sure they're gonna be able to go out on this one anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like quite the uphill struggle. And to be fair, Humble Academy, this is their map pick, right? So it's a map that they should feel very comfortable on, and they should feel very set in their ways. It does become difficult for Vega, though, because they are on the brink of a 0-2 loss here. And considering they have only really received losses inside of the Major League outside of their forfeit win, they really want as many points as they can get before the end of the season. Alt-Track in a similar position just ahead of them, but they've still got a couple more games to play. Vega, you don't want to end the season off like this. Not that this is their last game, but it's creeping towards that point. Setting up, though.
The latter stages.
Yeah, the latter stages, exactly. Thank you for correcting me there.
Nah, finally I got the hand over the English,
5
man.
seconds left before insertion.
My English is sometimes I'll just say it's a second language, just to
Second
give
language.
myself that breather.
What's your first language then?
I don't know, like Elvish. I don't know. I don't know.
Elvish.
Yeah. What are the dragons? The Parthax?
The hell I know, but
What are the dragons in Skyrim speak? It's like dragon tongue.
Listen, I'm 100% sure that you're not Welsh, so you can't use that
I'm not
excuse.
Welsh. No, I can't use that excuse. But, well, Merlin's going to be looking for an excuse of his own. He's the first to fall. The Yana, the entry, not getting the job done as Struso on the Oryx, capitalizing on a little bit of carelessness on the early stages of the entry from Vega Esports, and now they have that man deficit to try and claw back from. They also still have to clear out library control. There is pressure around this Ivy corridor, but it doesn't look like they'll be hanging around for too long. Stribox's scan will come in just a second too late as the Roma is able to fall back towards the site, back towards the safety of all the utility that they've set up for themselves inside of Piano, which will just continue to whittle away with this clock. A minute and a bit gone. Kaizen lands another kill onto Shinji. That's the ace going down. Your sole form of hard breach. No hard breach charges in the pockets of any of the remaining operators, which just continues to add pressure to the side of Vega Esports as these Romas are just toying with them now. They're running up, taking a couple shots and falling back to no man's land. Struso going deep, going hard, going fast, and finds Oxy D, continuing to collapse, but Spooky able to finally find something for his team. What?
I think we've just seen pretty much the, well,
that was monster.
It was just, I guess this was just complete on a different level. I think that there's nothing really to add. This, I mean, just outstanding, and well,
Built different.
Maybe time for tactical pause, but I think even Vega has now realized, like, yeah, it's not looking, this is they could do the greatest comeback right now, but I think it is very, very doubtful. As much as like, you know, would be cool to see them, you know, pull it off and pull it off the hat, like, but I think you agree with me right there.
Discovered the location of a
It's
bomb.
not looking.
I think for the most part, this game is not looking in a great state.
Yeah, we're potentially looking at the last round right now, for sure.
There is a chance here for Vega to pick up a couple more rounds at least. As well, this basement site is one that I'm still a little bit torn on. I will say I've been convinced by some recent showings that there's some promise to it, but a lot of the time it's still a round which is very much in control for the attackers to kind of work away at the site as they will. vertical options, obviously, but focusing around this wine cellar is the most likely outcome for Vega Esports. That or a full push in through the main garage, through Snowmobile, but they're starting on the top floor. They want to focus on the roam game first, it would seem, and I think that makes a lot of sense, right? You've got Raku, you've got Kaizen, you've got Andrea, these players who are just going for it this game and just really playing upstairs, causing problems, slowing Vega down. Sinji already getting the breach opened on up with some help from the ace, but the first kill's falling to Struso.
Attackers recovered the bomb
Oh.
diffuser.
That usually means a good follow-up from the side of the Italians, but we're just gonna have to see. I mean, Hard Preacher is, well, you still got Sinjay, but I doubt you can get anywhere close to do anything, so I mean, at least they got that hole open in that snowmobile, so they got that thing, but they need to take care of pretty much the rest of the utility right there. But at least OxyD will find Struso and will take out the Goyo for this duration of this round. But as we're moving on, Raku will take out OxyD. The Finka will fall. At least OxyD gotta kill himself, so at least can be proud of this one. Doesn't have to be due to the walk of shame right there, but I guess already the GGs are coming out. Nago will find Sinjay. Merlin and Stribux, the only two left for the side of Vega, and well, it's pretty much done and dusted. Merlin's still gonna find one onto Nogwell. That's a good welcome, but look at this. Stribux will find Raku. They're getting too aggressive. Andrea will fall. It looks to me there's going to be one more round still, but Kaizen, the last one left for the side of Humble Academy. As Merlin and Strivox need to get the plan going or need to find Kaizen, and
Does the Gemini check boiler? Doesn't look like it does. This is positioned now to take the aggressive angle. If they're both walking down this staircase, it could spell their doom. They need to be careful. The drone coming out doesn't even bother to check it. They don't even think he's there.
no way.
Merlin, you've got to make sure you check this. Kaizen has the opportunity to pounce. If he jumps around the corner, they're not looking at him. He goes for the swing. Can he find the first? Yes, he can. He's brought to the 1 versus 1. The time's on his time. It's 25 seconds. It's taking down for the moment.
He does it, ladies and gentlemen. Kaizen pulls it through, clutches up, and with that being said, a 7-1 onto Chalet. Humble Academy wins once more, and that means we've got a winner for tonight. And the winners are Humble Academy. What a proud day for Italy.
7-3, 7-1. Both of these maps ending with rounds that looked poised for Vega to take.
Yeah, just like, I guess it's like whenever they're like in a sticky situation, they're able to pull it off. Like,
Yeah.
There's no other way and no other chance anymore. But with that being said, I guess, it's time to end. Unfortunately, we don't got any more matches tonight.
Fortunately not.
You and me both are also having some errands to run and want to go to sleep perhaps as well. But, looking a bit on the updated side, it looks like Humble Academy shoots himself right off into 4th position. So,
Good
perfect
job.
score for them. Good job for them. And, out of this, I think there are a couple of things before we need to say, before to say goodnight. But yeah, unfortunately, since there are unfortunately no sponsors, this would have been a great time to thank them. So perhaps maybe one of you watching would like to sponsor Talent League indeed, because I have a high salary, Ben has a high salary, and unfortunately they can't always be, provided, and we can't always leave the trip in, or we can't put it out on you guys to, pay huge amount of entry fees. So perhaps maybe considering supporting us, or perhaps considering maybe even joining us. Because as you all know, like, this is pretty much your perfect way and perfect jump board to get into, well, pretty much casting, observing, producing, or perhaps even helping out a league. And because as you see, we do often need people, as even Ben just cuts out one too many times. So we do would appreciate it. Doesn't matter if you're completely new, if you did 1 or 2 things, or if you're like a complete season of that, like, we would be happy and we would appreciate it, obviously. But with that being said, I am Terrell. Ben will greet you all from the depths of wherever he has been so far. And again, once again, huge thanks to Trippin for again putting his time and effort and everything in there and making sure that this league's run on its own, basically thanks to him and doing also this cast on stream for him. So if you want to help him out, then maybe look into helping out Talent League. But with that being said, I'm Terrell. This was Ben, unfortunately. But I wish you all a good night. And with that being said, bye bye. Right off.